Trying to understand. Why is it acting like the first time going live? And why is it going so slow? It be only female, gang. It be only female. What's that? Shalom, shalom. I'm holler time when they pop. Hey, what's happening though, man? What's happening? Hey, the contracts y'all been getting into, gang, they either bilateral or they unilateral. Now, I gotta change my mind towards this. And what I mean by that is, I used to think bilateral and unilateral meant that it was only you in the contract. If it's unilateral, that means only one person signed it. And if it's bilateral, that means both of y'all signed it. That's not the truth. I'm finna explain how y'all have been entering into bilateral contracts this entire time. However, it's because of your lack of shalom, beloved. It's because of your lack of competence towards these contracts that you keep getting shitted out of your side of the promise. Dig me? We'll get a second. We're gonna keep digging in a minute. We still see that rainbow in the sky, cause this is story. Well, what's happening with y'all, man? Babylon is falling right before you. Hosea 1:10, y'all we roll you. I'm gonna talk with just a second. I'm gonna let y'all read the screen one time. Hosea 6:2, we been provided. He done sent his messengers to open up our eyes. He done sent Messiah, laid his life. That's all you gotta understand when it comes down to the contract, y'all. He telling all his prophets, y'all. Let's see if I can make something make sense to y'all. You see the affliction, it should make sense. We know you don't change, but and I'm telling how y'all paying attention to this. Alright. When you were born, your mama and them applied for a social security card. When they applied for that social security card, you have to understand the nature of that whole transaction. Alright? The Bible says that God is the God of the living, not the unalive. Alright? However, we are all born into sin. For the wages of sin is unalive. So if you were born into sin, then that means you were born unalive. Public Law 97-280, they made the Bible the law of the land. So this is not something fairy tale that folks is just making up. You know what I'm saying? The courts claimed your body, your heart, your whole, your being. This is true. The Bible says that God is not the God of the dead, he's the God of the living. So when they caught wind that, hold on, these new spirits that are coming to this life, are coming into this realm, they're coming inside of a unalive vessel. Your body is not alive. You give life to the body. Your spirit, the sperm gave life to the body. You dig me? And we see all throughout the scriptures, in order to save the spirit, the sperm, which is the feminine, in order to save the feminine, you got to sacrifice the masculine, which is the egg, the flesh that comes out of the woman. Feel it? Masculine and feminine are not genders. They are energies that are assigned to genders. Dig me? Now, when it comes down to contract law, when it comes down to all of this, you have to understand the nature of these words. Dig me? Control, ownership, funds, currency, capital, pledge, stock, deposit. You have to learn the capacity of these words. What are they allowed to do? What are they allowed not to do? Who do they give power to? Who do they take power from? Feel me? You got to be able to express yourself properly when you speak. Dig. So when we talking about doing contracts, when we talking about the way you came into this earth, they knew you came here bonded to the Most High. Dig me? But your mom and your daddy willingly, 9 times out of 10, it was just your mama. She showed up at the hospital on her own. 9 times out of 10, your mama showed up to that hospital, or your mama and your daddy, and they signed some contracts. Now, the Bible tells you that wisdom has a meaning, and wisdom has a double meaning to everything, and so does life. It tells you that in the book of Job. It tells you that in the book of Sirach. All right? So with the understanding that there's a double meaning to everything, you have to understand, gang. You're not living this life. You're not playing this game the way you want to play it. It's being played for you in a certain fashion. You dig? Change is the number one constant in this universe, and it don't stop or wait for you. Dig? Let me just say. I'm the reason of all your pain. I'm sending fluids fast daily. Think I don't look. Y'all my babies. Gave my son. Alright. Yeah, so you gotta pay attention to this shit. Alright. So they understood. They understand the nature of baptism. Baptism is old man goes in, new man comes out. So when you came to them, the body was the old man. It passed. The new man that came to life was your birth certificate. The name on your birth certificate is not the same as the name that's on your certificate of live birth. And that's all you got to do is go look at it to understand this. All right? Your birth certificate is proof of a tombstone. Your certificate of live birth is proof that a living, breathing man or woman came to this earth and was alive. All right? But you don't go out and get certificates of live birth. You get birth certificates. Dig me? But that's because you don't understand the nature of what's going on. All right? So let's keep it moving, right? You now you know you were born unalive. With you being born unalive, they had to create an investment product. The reason they had to create an investment product is because, like you don't understand, your spirit don't belong to you. You've been gifted with this very existence. Feel me? Not only have you been gifted with this very existence, you've been gifted with life. You feel me? So you're not walking. You ain't even here. You ain't even here of your own will and accord. You're here to do a job. You dig me? They know this. You dig me? So they put you to work. They put your energy to work as soon as you got here. They put you into a system. They started generating documents, contracts, so on and so forth. A trust is a vessel. Okay? Let's do it like this. A trust is a vessel. Okay? The contents on the inside of it are what is called the corpus, or the body, or the property, the estate of the trust. Okay? The estate is the property, what goes into a trust, and the trust is what secures it. This bottle is entrusted to contain this fluid. Even if I was to hold it upside down, this bottle has security to make sure that this liquid, this content, is safe from going out and something coming in. You dig me? This is the same fashion as yourself. Your life, your energy got put inside of a Social Security trust fund. You dig me? You created this whole trust fund. All right? Now, whether you like to believe that you're a trust fund baby or not is up to you. But you are a trust fund baby. You have an insurance and a disability trust fund, and it was generated off of your life estate. They place your trust funds inside of a legacy account, a Treasury Direct legacy account at the United States Treasury. All right. Now, they can't. The reason they had to open it as an investment account is because they can't make claim to something that is not theirs. They know the spirit does not belong to you, like it cannot belong to them. You cannot sell your soul to the devil, but what you can do is give up your free will and follow his ways. Simple as that. There is no selling of your soul. It's the giving up of your free will, your mind. It's the signing away of your likeness. Your likeness is your appearance, your attire, the way you move, how you do. Dig me? So when they created this trust right here, they assigned it to somebody. They assigned it to what is called an infant. The birth certificate is the estate. If you go into the Internal Revenue Manual, they tell you that an infant is the decedent of an estate. Decedent is someone who has passed, somebody who is not here anymore. It's a decedent, or it's the grantor. grantor, trustor, settlor, grantor or settlor of an estate, trust, guardianship, or conservatorship. Okay, so let's put this into perspective. Okay, the government knew you came here unalive, according to the word of God. Christ defeated death, which gives you the ability to defeat death too. But you have to know how. You defeating death is you coming through a vessel. Remember, no business is alive. Trust is a business. Estate is a business. It's all fictitious. These are entities that somebody created to do this. It's not something that was created of its own accord. Somebody had to do this. It's just like McDonald's. If this was McDonald's the business and I am McDonald's the man, McDonald's the business can't do anything without some life inside of it. You dig me? Okay? So they put your estate and they assigned all of the property of your estate. They assigned it to your Social Security person. Okay? Now, your whole life, because you don't understand what's been going on, you think you are the Social Security person. When I ask people, what is your Social Security number? People say, well, it's me. If somebody steal it, they stole me. You weren't branded when you first came out of that womb, beloved. You didn't have a number automatically assigned to you. Your mama had to apply for it. When she applied for it, it was assigned to you. Then you started acting in that nature whenever you started using that number. Now, what you were supposed to do at the age of 18, your mom and them had supposed to told you about the whole birth certificate, Social Security thing. All y'all know, y'all can go get bills. Y'all can go get lights, water. You can go get a car in your baby name. You can build your baby credit up right now. See, y'all think white people use their baby names to build their credit up so they good in the future. That's not why they doing that. White people understand securities. They understand trust. They understand wealth. They understand money. They understand that everything that they doing in their baby name, because they have somebody over them, they doing it for free. This is what you don't get. And I'm finna explain it to you. Okay? Put this into perspective. Your 16-year-old, 15-year-old child gets into your car and drives your car. The car is a trust. It's something entrusted to commit to what it's supposed to be doing. All right? The beneficiary of this car is your child. At this point, your child has what is called equitable use, the right to beneficial use to the property. This is called equitable ownership. Okay? However, and I'm sorry, equitable ownership is what is considered 9/10 of the law. Okay? The other 1/10 is called legal ownership or legal title. Okay? You don't have legal title to your vehicle. You don't have legal title to your home. You don't have legal title to yourself. Everything of you keep registering with the state. And you don't understand that when you register it with the state, you're giving up legal title or ownership to said thing, and you're claiming beneficial right to use of the property. That's why when you do something wrong in that vehicle, something that they didn't do or authorize you to do, they're charging you for these things. Because you as a trustee, not a beneficiary, they're looking at you as trustee. You as trustee are causing problems. You dig me? So what you have to do is rebut this presumption that you are not alive. All right? So we're going to put it into perspective. Your child gets into your car, run into somebody. All right? When they run into somebody, your child does not have to pay for the debt. Your child is not the one whom is liable. The one whom is liable is going to be the owner of the vehicle. Now let's put that into a perspective. Let's bring it back to where we at. You don't own your Social Security person. You just use him. You receive the benefits for that number. But it's because of your ignorance that you have assumed also another role. You're supposed to be just benefiting. But because you keep assigning the bills to yourself, you're not putting the bills on mom and dad. You keep putting them on you. So therefore, they're coming at you for all of the debt that needs to be repaid. How can you pay debt in a bankrupt society? And you don't understand that. And to put it into perspective. Put it into perspective. This is not a this is not a dollar bill. Nowhere on this instrument does it state that it's a dollar bill. This is what is called a Federal Reserve note. This is a promise to pay. This does not settle debt. This does not clear debt. This does not do anything beyond you pass it around. It's just a note. But you ignorantly call this a dollar bill. You call these instruments that look like this bills. These are not bills. These are notes. And notes get passed around. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is where we get into this contract and the understanding of this right here. For one, whenever you use these to get into any type of contract or whatever the case is, you're supposed to send your receipt to your Social Security person's mama or daddy. Simple as that. Why are you paying the bills? You don't own the Social Security, so why are you holding on to his debts? Why are you paying his debts?
Be unstoppable with a
You're only paying his debts because you don't understand assignment. It's just like in school, when the teacher gave you an assignment, you had a job to do. The beneficiary, if your child needs something to eat, is it going to go out there and get it on its own? No, it's going to tell its mom and dad. Okay, who's the mom and dad for your Social Security person? Who's the mom and dad for your Social Security person? You're just a pay rent, a pair of renters on behalf of your children. Who's the dad for your child? Mom and dad, y'all don't own your kids. That's why they can come and take them from you. You do not own your children. Now that you know you don't own your children, and you can be honest with yourself because you sold them, you gave them away, who has custody of your children? Who would be considered the father to your children? Beloved says the government. No. Or if we're going to say the government, who of the government? What branch of the government is specifically your daddy? We keep the laws and the commandments you provide us. Then we gon' rise up. Keep precursors on the people we ain't know. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Can't forget your brother, you gon' let it. Hey, y'all should have lied too, man. Say the military, the attorney general. The attorney general is in possession of your rights, titles, and interests. However, who is in custody of your minor? Why you think they about to ride? Why you think he about to die? Why nobody answer why? We too busy looking fly. Turn that television. Who's in custody of your minor, gang? You don't own your Social Security person, which is your minor. All right, according to Title Title 31 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Say, honestly, don't know. No sweat. We're going to get to it. DC, no sir. It's your state. It's your state, beloved. If you look at your birth certificate, on your state, it's a big ass registrar stamp. They letting you know. So you go to bed. They letting you know who is in custody of the vessel. It'll be your state. You dig me? Your state is your parent. This is how you became a ward to the state. When your mama went and did all that paperwork, she sold you to them. She docked your vessel, your citizenship. She docked your vessel at the county. That's why when you go to court, they put you on a docket. You dig me? So you have to understand, if your Social Security, not you, if your Social Security person incurs a liability, if he gets into a contract, that's a debt. That's a minor that just got into that contract. And you, knowing that it's a minor, you supposed to go send, if you the babysitter, who you supposed to send the paycheck? Who you supposed to send the bill to? Let's say you the babysitter. Mom and dad them leave. Under whose authority do legal officers of the government function under? The executive branch. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. Under whose authority do legal officers of the government function under? It'll be that of the people. We gave it to them in the preamble. The de facto is only operating under the over the incompetence of the de jure. You know? The attorney general. Okay? So my point is, folks, it don't matter if you send the check, the bill, The coupon, it don't matter if you send that bitch to the treasury. It don't matter if you send that bitch to your county treasury. It don't matter if you send that bitch to the Department of Revenue, the Bureau of Fiscal Services. It don't matter if you send that bitch. It don't matter. You don't send bills to the Attorney General. He's not a fiduciary in that fashion. You send your bills to your fiduciaries, those who handle financial obligations. You dig me? All of these officers are what are called public officers, but they're not specific or special to you until you appoint them to you. They don't give a damn about you. Their best interest is in the interest of the citizens. They think you are ignorant, belligerent, combative, emotional. U.S. does not have a government. They have a corporation. It is a corporation. Countries have kings and queens. Companies have presidents and vice presidents. You dig me? But nonetheless, this is the whole thing right here. You're getting into these bilateral contracts, gang. And this is how you and your minor are getting caught up, because you don't understand how to get him out of these the issues that you're placing him in. You feel me? Now, you can't just send your bills to these people. They don't know who you are. Remember, they're assuming and presuming that you're gone. The assumption and presumption that you're gone is because you ain't never came and claimed your Social Security person. You haven't come back. It doesn't matter that you've been signing his name and putting his Social Security on something. Your incompetence of how you signing that contract is proof. How much we gotta pay you? Pay me for what? I ain't saying nothing about paying me. I'm telling y'all right here. I'm telling you, create a fucking trust, bro. Create a trust and appoint them as trustees over your minor estate. I'm telling y'all this shit, bro. I'm literally telling y'all this shit, bro. This is why I charge, because it don't matter how much I try. It don't matter how I try to break this shit down. It don't matter how elementary I try to get this shit to y'all. You still gonna need my help, folks. But y'all want me to do shit for free. I don't do that shit, folks. You don't go to your job and say, hey, I feel like I should be working here for free. I'm gonna come in every week for free because we do some shit that benefits society. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm supposed to be enjoying my wealth. Why the fuck am I sitting here with peasants? People that don't want to get this shit. And I mean that. That's in no disrespect, folks. That's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? That's peasantry mind frame. You know, I haven't said anything about nobody paying me, folks. If you want to pay me, write me personally. A charitable trust already exists. Execution of the fuck, exactly. Appoint them motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna hold you. You ain't even gotta have no trust. Operate through your authorized representation as power of attorney over the Social Security person. You feel me? All people think this shit is a lie, endorsing your bills, sending it to these places and the third. It's not. They just don't have a relationship with the person sending it to them. They don't know who the fuck you are. You ain't put in no type of notice and let these people know what's going on. You dig me? They've been waiting on you to come and get your Social Security estate. They've been waiting on you. You feel me? The Bible says it's only one way into the kingdom of heaven. It's narrow and straight, and you got to go through the front door. You can't open up the windows and try to climb in. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand. You got to understand what's going on. You feel me? I'm teaching you now, beloved. I don't got the time to hold y'all hand. I'm not interested in teaching people of that nature, folks. If you can't comprehend what I'm saying when I talk to you, it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my time, folks. You know what I'm saying? I can get you through this shit. I really can. But if you ain't put down no footwork in this shit, folks, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do nobody like that. Don't expect nobody to baby you. You dig me? I'm from the projects. I'm from the hood. I'm from the streets. I've been to prison. I'm y'all. But I put my mind to this shit. I ain't got no elders. It ain't nobody on this internet can say that they taught me. I sat in their classes. I'm their student. I'm their protege. I give all that credit to the Most High. You dig me? But nonetheless, you can do that shit. You can do this shit. You can do anything. You can do every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is believe in yourself. You got to trust yourself. Ask motherfucking God. Stop asking man and ask God, and he gonna put the tools, he gonna put the things you need in your universe, in your reality, to get the job done. Faith without works is dead. You can't just believe God. You gotta do it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all what to do. Understand contract law. You dig? I claim my beneficial ownership interest in the trust. I haven't claimed any Social Security though. That's your, hey, listen. If you already got the trust, bro, send them notice of claim. The person you want to send that notice of claim to, the two individuals that you want to talk to, most importantly, bro, I give you 3, because you can go either way around this bitch. The commissioner at Social Security, he can get you right 4 ways. Postmaster can get you right. The Social Security commissioner can get you right. Probate can get you right. Goddamn. Walk as he walk, we should leave what it say. Only a remedy gonna be spared. Only a remedy gonna be spared. I forgot this one, but this nigga can get you right too. I'm gonna tell y'all who that is in a second. Postmaster. The bank can do it too. Oh, the alien property custodian. Send your claim to the alien property custodian. That's the APC. He sits at the Treasury, the Inspector General. Send your beneficial ownership claim to the claims division of the United States Treasury. They've been waiting on you to come get your shit, folks. Since you remember, a trust shall not fail for lack of a trustee. So because you didn't step up for this bitch, Social Security Administration been doing their motherfucking thing. They've been doing their thing with your shit. Waiting on you to come and get it. They're not waiting on you to file no taxes. Who gives a fuck about that, folks? That's voluntary. You dig me? Filing the tax return don't mean shit at all. It actually proves you still incompetent. Dig me? Send your claim to the Attorney General. Send your claim to the Attorney General, folks. That was the point in the security class I just did, folks. You're making a claim. People think because they did a UCC, they put one on the Secretary of State, that their life was over. It was everything was just gonna be okay. Notice the agent is notice the principal. You gotta tell these people what's going on, folks. This shit it's sweet, but it's not that sweet. You gotta make claim. You have guardians over your spirit, body, mind, and soul. They don't want to let it go to anybody. Understand what I'm saying? So you gotta come correct. Minnesota Rule 220 told you to do with the registrar title. The author of your birth certificate is the trustee for executing a deed of assent. Exactly. You already know who the transfer agent is. He stamped his big ass signature on that bitch. You dig me? And then probated your shit. They're the guardian of it. That's why I say you can hit any one of them fools up, folks, and all will be well. But you gotta, what you claiming, what you doing, what you saying. You feel me? People be listening to people on the internet and going in there fucking shit up. Don't know what the fuck they talking about. Just going in that bitch running their mouth. You feel me? All them documents y'all get from people, them templates, they're just templates. You supposed to make that bitch yours. All your documents. It don't matter what it is, that bitch supposed to be yours. Motherfucker supposed to have your seal on it. Motherfucker supposed to have your crest on it. Motherfucker supposed to have your information in that bitch, dog. Motherfucker get a template. It have all the places where you supposed to put your information, but you ain't reading this motherfucker, dog. That's the shit that pisses me off. Especially when I give information to free folk, when I just get this shit out, folk. Like I'm doing to y'all. I just give this shit out, folk. And the motherfucker don't Google shit. Y'all don't ask ChatGPT shit. Y'all don't go research shit. Y'all hear me say some shit and then be like, but what's that mean? Motherfucker, go look it up. Go look it up and then let's build off of the conversation for what the fuck you just edified yourself with, folks. That'll do. And then if your ass fuck around and can have a conversation with me, folks, oh man, what? We can rock out. I love talking about this shit. It's simple. This shit right here in our face, dog. The whole time your Social Security has already been cared for. He's already been secured. Everything is operating off of credit. You paying them bills because you want to pay the bills. You want to come out of your hard-earned pocket money, opposed to sending that bill to them people. But that's because you don't understand. You don't understand that you gave a promise for a promise, do you? They promised you services and you promised to pay them. But you don't understand your promise to pay is documented on a promissory note. You don't understand that promissory note is the consideration. You don't understand that consideration means value. You don't understand that the value has worth. You don't understand that the worth gives credit. You don't understand these things. That's why I keep telling y'all need to learn these words, folks. Y'all need to learn these words, man. Y'all need to learn the nature of transactions. You dig me? These people beating our ass. They beating everybody's ass. Same thing with your car contract, folks. Same thing with your lease. It don't matter. If I promise to sell you a car for $25,000 and then you sign a contract promising to pay me $25,000, the contract is enforceable. Y'all ain't catching me, folks. The contract is enforceable regardless of who gives what up to either or. He owes you this thing now. You owe him this thing. Now, what you're not doing, investor, what you're not doing is you're negotiating the value of the promise that you're giving him. That's why all your contracts look bilateral. That's why it look like you the only one giving some shit up. That's because you're not negotiating the security. You don't understand what a security is. You don't understand that a financial asset is a security. Whenever you default on that loan that you promised to pay back, they're going to go sell the fucking contract and the promissory note that's attached to it. Instead of you cashing out or discharging your promissory note, you're holding on to it. You're a literal holder in due course. A holder in due course is somebody with a pay to the order of check on their check and they just holding it. You're just holding it. Go do something with it. You have the natural right of possession and ownership. The check say your name and it's in your hand. You got legal title and you have equitable ownership to it. You can go cash that check. Dig me? Just being a holder is picking up a check that ain't got your name on it, but it's cashable. A bearer instrument. But when you make that motherfucker paid to the order of, you put somebody specifically or specially paid to on that motherfucker, you've just done what is called a restrictive endorsement. What you're not doing is signing your contracts like it's more than one person in on this deal with you and your social security person. And the reason you're not doing that is because you think you're your social. Now, the best way for this to work out for y'all need to find a homeboy or a homegirl, and y'all need to become trustees for each other. So you can get out of that me, my, mine, mine. You can get out of all that bullshit. Go operate for your friend and allow your friend to operate for you. Now your friend knows that whenever she goes out as power of attorney to use your name, she has to put her name under that to show that she's the agent on your behalf. That's why I keep saying put it in the perspective of your child. Your social security is your baby. You dig me? Your social security is your baby. Hey, y'all shut a line for me one time if I'm cooking for you, feel me? Shut a line. I pray this reach the throne. I put my name on rules alone. I put my name on rules alone. I put my name on rules alone. What can I do for them not to repossess my car? Sell it to your trust. You already 9 times out of 10 you already signed a contract the right to do something illegal. 9 times out of 10 you already signed a contract the right to do something illegal. Thank y'all. Repossession is illegal, but you didn't modify the contract and tell them according to the UCC this is illegal. So if you agreed in the contract that they can repossess your vehicle, it ain't nothing you can do other than sell the vehicle to your trust. Now they don't have a contract with the trust to be able to repossess it from the trust. They don't have a valid claim against the trust. You dig? Now the trust actually, when you sold the car to the trust, and if they're trying to repossess it, that means you sold the car and you sold the contractual obligations to the trust. This is called assignment. Let's see what assignment is real quick. Hold on. We wanna go back home. Go back where we all right, let me fix it. Hold on. All right. So this is y'all issue. This is what y'all supposed to be doing to the count. Like, man, on my soul, y'all can't tell me I block shit from y'all, folks. You dig me? You can't say I gatekeep this shit. You just don't pay attention. All right. And I shouldn't have to do this for you. I shouldn't have to read for you. An assignee. The assignee is the person who has been assigned. The assigner is the one doing the assignment. Okay? An assignee is bound to perform the obligations the assigner promised the seller, including the purchase price. So, if you want your mom and daddy to pay your bills for the Social Security person, how about just assign the bill to them? But you don't know what an assignment is. You don't know how to assign something, right? The assigner, your Social Security. The assignee, the new party who receives the right and duties of that contract. You're the authorized representative. You have the power on his behalf to appoint somebody to this position. You dig me? You have the ability to assign the Social Security person's debt to the proper person. Do you do trust for people? Yes, I charge $1,500 to set up your life estate, your foreign grantor trust, and private bankers. Let me show you. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Now, you know your Social Security don't belong to you. You're just using it. The term obligation of the United States, obligation or other security of the United States includes all bonds, certificates of indebtedness, that's a contract. National bank currency, Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve bank notes, coupons. That's the shit you're receiving at the end of your bill cycle. United States notes, Treasury notes, gold certificates, silver certificates, fractional notes, certificates of deposit, bills, check, or drafts of money. Don't you receive a bill in the motherfucking in the mail every month? You don't understand that the remittance is the coupon, and you also don't understand that the top of that portion is called the invoice. Invoices are financial instruments, right? They are meant to be paid, right? This is why they told you to endorse the front, accept it for the value, because you're saying thank you and return it with honor. You give it back for a value. When you have the relationship set up properly, you will be able to deposit this for exchange or redemption. Y'all not trying to pay bills. You're supposed to be trying to redeem. Can I can't. Send me an email, beloved. Send me an email and we'll talk about what you looking for personally. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, gang? Let me tell. Oh damn, it's your new page, huh? Let me tell. Hey, y'all follow that brother Talos Foster, man. Real spill. Follow that brother Talos Foster in the comments, man. Buddy smooth on his talk. You know what he's talking about. See, he's searching. He's searching like a motherfucker. He got some shit going on. He did. Excuse me. But once you set up the proper relationship, beloved, all is well. I'm gonna tell y'all what Charles Schwab told me. This is my statement. 97% of the people with a trust don't still they don't have their trust set up proper. And what I mean by that is if they would have passed today and they claim they got a trust, 9 times out of 10, they're still gonna go to probate. Let me tell you how you avoid probate by placing your things in trust. You're securing your assets. The grantor is giving up possession of his property fully in fee absolute to this trust. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna give up everything to the trust. Bro, I got Charles Schwab corporate resolution plan, brother. I'm gonna send it to you. Absolutely. Hit it in my email. We're gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rap. I got Charles Schwab in the chokehold right now. You hear me? Cuz them told me open up the estate account. When we open up your estate account, because your bonds are not in your trust name, we're gonna liquidate the bonds into your estate account and then refurbish them into the name of your trust. Transfer the liquidation to another investment property, basically, to the name of the trust. This is how you avoid probate. If the Social Security person, the infant, you cannot access the public purse through a private trust. You cannot access the public purse through a private trust. You got to explain that to me. But nonetheless, so you cannot. That's how you do it. You're not accessing public funds. You're accessing your credits, the full release of your credits. We're not trying to commingle funds and tap into the general public. You did that with your social general security number. You did. The goal is to come in under your private estate, claiming life over that minor estate. Dig me? So I said, all right, I got you. Now, when he told me that I created my estate trust, I'm waiting on my seals from Office Depot now. My little clamp. Now, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. You can use your the little embosser. You can use your thumbprint. You can use your thumbprint, folks. You know. But I walk by an official. Every time I send them something, just like when they send me something, I want it official. You dig me? Every time. Everything I'm finna send Monday, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap, bro. I got everything I need. You dig me? Now we can establish that relationship to the point where y'all know I'm operating in y'all realm as a trust, 456. And I'm also separate from the Social Security person when y'all see him moving, 2848. You dig me? Establish the CAF number attached to it so you can link that to the Social Security person 2448, the power of attorney. And it's a full separation. Remove all the assets out of the Social Security person's name. Remember, own nothing but control everything. You dig me? Through the trust, you control it all because it's not in your name. It's in the name of the trust. And the trust gave you full security and beneficial ownership in that motherfucker. Right, right. You got to get 50 followers, careful. But y'all see what I'm saying, no doubt? I appreciate y'all. But I'm just trying to, I'm trying to make this make as clear sense as possible, folks. Your shit already set up. You just got to act properly. Get your act together. Clear your mind. Dig? You clear your mind. Get all that emotional shit off of your mind, man. Especially if you were mad. Get all that emotional shit off of your mind. Appreciate every bit of the adversity, that you're going through. It's teaching you something. It's building you up. It's not trying to tear you down. The Most High is not in it to destroy you. Even though life looking like this bitch trying to beat your earth. That's not the point. That's not the purpose. It's trying to teach you something. It's trying to get something out of you to put something greater in you. Appreciate it. Accept it. Straight up, bro. I'm telling you. It's going to prove to be a better man. Straight up. You know? Get you a trust. You really gonna need 3 of them. I ain't gonna hold you. Just like they set up 3 trusts, where to claim your property, your real property. I'm sorry, your personal property, real property, and your ecclesiastical property. They never meant for the Social Security person to have any type of property rights or anything. It's not alive. It's not alive. That's why whatever you get in his name, he's supposed to gift it to the trust. So therefore, my email is on my page. Click my TikTok, and it'll let you send me an email. Once you do that, guy, appoint them people. They already public trustees, folks. Appoint them people. I'm gonna do a special on Father's Day, that whole weekend. You on child support? We're gonna get you up off of that bitch. Just give me power of attorney and let me act on your behalf. Just give me power of attorney and let me act on your behalf. You don't even understand that them people paying you to pay that child. But because you ain't accepting that bill properly, because you're not handling your business properly, they coming at you. They coming for it. All you got to do is assign. I'm giving this shit to y'all. I'm telling you. All you got to do is assign. That debt don't belong to you. The credit do. That's why you get to beneficially use that Social Security card. That's all you do is benefit from that motherfucker, man. Right? That's the whole point. You benefit from the social. That's not your identity. It ain't got no picture next to it. How they gonna know that's you because you gave them the card? That lets them know you're the authorized person to give them the card. You're the authorized person to give them authorization to use the card. Dig what I'm saying? If you don't know what the hell going on, I don't think I want to spend time trying to teach you, dog. Be honest with you, I need you to get your feet wet a little bit deeper than where you at before you come to me. Because I'm not trying to baby you. I'm trying to grow your ass out of a minor capacity, and you still want people to hold your hand. It's not how it works, beloved. You come over to me, I promise you, I'm gonna treat you like an adult. I'm not finna baby you. I'm not finna talk to you like you ain't got no sense. I'm not finna talk to you. I'm not finna be disrespectful or rude to you. Dig me? But we ain't finna play them rockhead games, you. You don't understand that the seller, let's say we doing this with a dealership. You go get you a vehicle. You don't understand that the auto dealer is not only a seller of goods, but he's a seller of contracts as well. You can assign the contract to them. Paid to the order of them for the benefit of you. Simple. Think about it. When you can't, if the person name you put on the check, they're the only individual that has the ability to negotiate it or cash the check. That's what you're doing when you go cash your check. You're negotiating it. When you go negotiate your check, you probably have already come to a negotiation with the bank. They'll clear it for free, or they're gonna charge you a certain fee for cashing your check at that bank. It's a negotiation. But you don't understand what's going on. And this is what makes us look so ignorant. For us to have so many opinions, for us to speak how we be speaking to each other, having all these whatever, we financially illiterate. To the government, we're minors. If a minor is a child, minorities got to be a lot of kids, and we keep acting like big kids. They got to give you everything. I remember when I first brought this to my people, or just discharge. If you put the bank or just discharge, I don't know what that mean, guys. In a world full of darkness. I ain't gonna hold you. When I get up out of here, y'all, I'll be gone for about a year. I'm gonna go fast. We're gonna pay people to learn more information. Spend some time with myself, my kids, and Yahuwah. Yeah. Seriously. I know I told y'all about the school and all of that, but I think I need to experience myself before I give y'all myself. School still gonna happen. I just ain't gonna be that one. I'll say yes. Not yet. Yeah, yeah. Where do these credits come from? Thin out. Securities that are being deposited. What? Oh, you said what the credits come from for the deposit? They coming from the security. It's a. Remember, it's just digits on the screen. After they clearly checks through the ACH around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they gonna be reimbursed for the money that or the credits that they just dispersed. What can I do when the bank denied me for credit? Come through as power of attorney or a trust and demand the security back. Tell them you want to retract the security that was placed in the system. They're gonna ask you what's the security. That was the application that was deposited with your institution. Tell them you want to retract your security, or else you report them to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission for Securities Fraud. That's what I do. You said put pay to the order of the bank. I ain't say to put pay to the order of the bank. I said put pay to the order of whoever it is. If you did that, would you still get the credits? If that's where the end of your instructions were, then no, you're not getting the credits. Tell them what to do with the credits. Stop acting like a biter. Stop just giving up your funds. Stop just handing over your checks. Tell them what to do. It's supposed to be paid to the order for the benefit of such and such name for credits to such and such account, huh? What you doing? You got to understand assignments. I don't know what I'm talking about. I could possibly be lying up here. I could possibly be lying to you all up here right now. If you're not gonna understand, go and on your own. It's telling you Article 2. If you're not gonna go and understand the nature of assignments, the assignor, the assignee, the power and nature of the duties and responsibilities, y'all gonna sell your damn soul to get some information. You heard me? I want you to free yourself. When I set your trust up for you, you're gonna be the trustee. I ain't gonna do nothing but give you some education just like this and explain to you everything that's going on, what you're doing wrong, what you're supposed to be doing. And then it's gonna be hit you, you're gonna do just like this, like, damn. It's been that simple. I've been trying to tell you. You in possession of estate assets right now. You don't understand it. Dude. All you gotta do is let go and let Yahoo. And I don't mean that to be cliche. I'm serious. Let go and let Yahoo. I'm so serious, y'all. I don't know nothing about a timeline, but I will say that y'all can see clearly that the system is changing. Change is the number one constant in this universe. It does not stop because you don't want to get a hold to it. All right. I'm trying to get y'all ideas. If the contract is bilateral, hold on. If the contract is bilateral, what the fuck is that? If the contract is bilateral, wouldn't you want to negotiate your promissory note on behalf of your Social Security person that just incurred the liability or got into the contract? Well, I mean, think about this. If you knew your baby had some money on the table, but your baby didn't know they had some money on the table, would you let the person across the table take that money from your baby? You wouldn't. Only way you would do that is if you ain't like yourself. If you understand that the contract is, and this is, think about the nature of every contract you got into thus far, y'all. All y'all contracts are promises for promises. You just don't understand how valuable your promise is. Would it the assigned or be considered a third party? It would, right? Now watch this. That's how you really get away. Messiah coming back again. All right. So this definition behind me comes from the Fair Debt Credit Reporting Act. We'll let y'all read it, then I'm gonna read it to you. It say of the last sentence of this paragraph, the term includes any, and this is the definition of debt collector. Of the last sentence of this paragraph, the term debt collector includes any creditor who, in the process of collecting his own debts, uses any other name than his own, which would indicate that a third person is collecting or attempting to collect such debts. Fair Debt Credit Reporting Act. Definition of a debt collector. So, Social Security person. Excuse me. Birth certificate person, the all capital name that you use on your birth certificate to get shit. One person. Social Security person. Two persons. Because what's the identification for your birth certificate? Anybody? What's the identification for your Social Security person? I mean, birth certificate person. Anybody know? What's the identification number to that name? Salah.
Allah salam alaikum, my brother.
Like salam.
For sure. So I'm just hopping in the live. What's the topic, bro? I know what you about, but what's the topic?
I had asked a question. Hold on just a second. Under what circumstances could such a record be public organic record when expressed as a, I don't know what
Okay,
what
hold
record
on.
you talking about, beloved? Huh?
Okay, I'm looking at the the last sentence paragraph. The term includes a creditor who I am the creditor in the process of which collecting his own debts uses any name other than his own, which is indicated as a third person is collecting. Okay, that's agent or principal, or attempting to collect such debts
How
for
would
the.
you handle this? How would you put this into reality?
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to finish reading it. I got you.
Okay.
For the purpose of section 692.
Okay.
For the purpose of section 692, 6 of this title, such term includes any person who uses any instrumentally to the interstate commerce or mails in any business the principal purpose which is enforcement of security interests. Ooh, okay. So me personally, I don't really do this. The live came across my feed on my FYP, so I just hopped in, but I know exactly what this is. I'm the agent for the principal for whatever contract that's being securitized. I know how to enforce it. So I guess this question would be for anybody who doesn't know.
Word
That,
up, word up.
right. That they are the holder in due course, and all they got to do is state claim or just
You hear me?
claim what is theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute, beloved. Good shit,
Right.
bro.
Right.
Good shit, bro.
Okay. I'm seeing what you put in the background.
So check that one, huh?
Okay, you said, hold on. Violate a contract is bonding to the agreement with both parties make mutual promises. Nah, they never make a promise. They just steal our securities.
They making a promise to sell you the vehicle or give you the goods and services, huh?
Yeah. So they say.
All right.
Show me the ledger. But
right.
right.
Not even that. It's the contract. You got the purchase order. You got the lease. You got the
Right.
mortgage note. You dig me?
Right. Let me finish reading. So in other words, a promise for a promise. Each party is both promisor and a promisee, and the contract is formed as soon as both exchange, even if performance happens later.
You dig me? So both of y'all
Right.
gave consideration, right?
Right. No. We gave consideration.
You gave consideration when you sold a note.
Right.
If both of y'all are promisee and promisor, both of y'all gave consideration, regardless if the event happens later.
Right. But they're under the guise of giving consideration, because what do they give?
They're supposed to give you their promise is to give you the goods, services, or product.
So what about the dealership or the broker company?
The dealership's promise is the vehicle. I promise to sell you a car for $79,000.
So I'm playing a role here. I'm playing a role with you. So so the dealership gives the goods. What does the financial institution do with let me say, how can I say it so people will get it?
So the financial institution ends up becoming what is called an account debtor to the account obligor. All right. I'm sorry, to the note obligor. Right. And what I mean by that is, y'all, when you put in your application, the dealership sells that application to the bank.
Okay? Securitized.
Yes, sir. The bank takes that application with this big blank ass endorsement, this big ass check, this blank ass endorsement on it. Yes. And it puts pay to the order of itself on it.
Exactly.
Deposits that into your account where your credits get deposited into. And then ignorantly, because you ain't gave no instructions on anything, the bank take the money back out of your account and go buy that bitch, go buy the vehicle for you and get possession of your title, forcing you to have to pay them back now.
Right. So it's not a force. It's really the lack of knowledge that the person who creates or doesn't create a blank endorsement for the negotiable instrument that they gift to the financial institution.
The one, and then we really giving the greatest consideration of all the considerations, because we're giving up a tangible asset, a note.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes, definitely. So I'll go back to what you said. Excuse me. But because we endorse that instrument that we don't know is negotiable from a blank aspect, instead of saying, hey, I am the agent for that principal, this shit can be discharged, et cetera, et cetera. I can go into that, but I won't. But because we endorse it blank, again, we gift it to them, and then they turn it back and give it to us and say, hey, you owe us $79,000 plus interest.
And look, as you see, I'm telling the story with these pictures. I'm trying to walk them down this shit.
Yes.
You hear me? Can you see this clearly, or do I need to fix it?
So you blew it up, so it's kind of spread out.
All right, hold up.
It's blew out again. Keep going.
Hold on.
I'm still here.
Word up.
Okay, there you go. Now you're clear. So I guess the reason why I chime in, I won't take up too much of your time, bro, because I know what you about. I've been watching you. I've been seeing you. I know you know what you're doing. But to people up to speed, they have to understand what they are in order to understand what you're trying to tell them and what you're trying to show them. You got people on this live that's looking, they are under what I like to call exigent circumstances, and they looking for the quickest way out because they're in a situation.
I already know
The
it, brother.
situation is that it starts at the contract, your blank signature, your social security number. They take control as whatever they want to call it on your estate, take it, pay it off, and give it back to you as debt when you are the person that gives them the asset to put in their book entries.
Yep. Every time. Every
All the
single
time.
time. You don't even understand that the dealer is a seller, like he's showing you. But you think he's selling you goods when he's selling your contract. He's selling your contract, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. Watch this. Watch this. I might gotta fix it. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna mute for a second.
All right. So it was a few years ago before I understood all of this shit, y'all. You hear me?
Yeah.
I had went and tried to get me a whip. Now, if y'all can't read this, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna read it to you. You hear me? Hold on, give me a second. Let me get to the picture.
Yeah, go ahead and read it to them, bro.
Yeah, I can't see that bit either.
Yeah, I can't either. All I see is black, pink, and blacked out.
And a hand got there.
Right. But it's all good.
Hold on. All right.
I'm gonna go back in some of the comments real quick. I know I'm not a mediator, but I'm gonna see if
No sweat. Do you think? All right. So it said, "Thank you for your interest in your recent application." Excuse me. Thank you for submitting your recent application to us for vehicle financing. After carefully viewing your application, we are sorry to advise you that we cannot extend vehicle financing to you at this time. We do not make direct vehicle purchases. Excuse me, we do not make direct vehicle purchases. Instead, this is where the highlighted part is at now. Instead, we sell cars on credit only if a third party like a bank or a finance company will agree to buy the contract from us on terms that agree with us.
You heard what they said, third party, right? Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
No, that's it right there. That was flat out right there. You dig me?
Right.
That was flat out right there. They telling us, "Hey, I'm selling your contract." I got it on record. I had to hit another dealership as I started learning this.
Yes.
And I asked him, I say, I'm just saying though, like I'm trying to come in as an investor. I mean, you not only sell cars, but y'all got somebody that funds your entire floor plan. You dig me? You don't own them vehicles. You got a loan to get them on the lot.
Right.
You dig me? So every application is actually a bank note to whomever the vehicles are purchased by.
Right.
Because it goes like this. I want to start me a lot. The manufacturer say, I'm gonna give you 60 vehicles at a discount for 5.4 million.
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna discount it. They definitely gonna do that.
It's wholesale.
That's the part. I didn't mean to cut you off. That's the part that most of the people who are trying to learn this, they miss because they say, well, how do I get the car? And if the financial institution is doing et cetera, forgive me, I've been drinking, but I'm still coherent. They miss that part because they don't understand that they don't get these cars with the MCOs for full value. Like you said, it's always discounted.
Everything.
So they looking at it. Right. Everything is debits and credits. They look at it like, well, if I got a car and I signed this contract, I got something. But how did the dealership get what you acquired? And now how does the financial institution acquire what they have to give to you?
Right. And that's all you got to do is ask those specific questions. And that's what I did to the bank. I say, so did the application, I asked Navy Federal, if I get a loan from y'all, does the application become a promissory note to y'all? They say, well, you are promising to pay back such and such amount in the application. So yeah, it becomes a promissory note. Right. I said, okay, no sweat. So does that become, I said, okay, if it becomes a promissory note, then that means it was deposited into the account. And that's what creates the credits.
As an asset, yes.
For y'all to go and get the car, right?
Facts.
Or to give me the loan, right? Well, she was like, yeah, but you owe us that money back. She kept trying to get it back there. Yeah, but you owe us that money back. I said, wait, hold on. I gave you something. Yes. And you gave me something in return. So if you gave me something, you should be able to show me a clear ledger from the very beginning to the very end or up to the current point of where the money came from and where it is now.
They can't. They can never show you where the money comes from their institution. And if they do, this is another topic, fractional reserve lending. All these deposits that people take. Right. They take all these deposits that we're getting or we're giving to them or gifting to them and utilizing them, but never can they tell the truth about that, because that will reveal that they're not giving us anything and taking our promissory note.
Oh, no. They're telling you straight up. I went to go get a secured card from the bank the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad I know what I know. Went to go get the secured card, right? I'm finna put a number down on it. He gives me a security agreement. Boing. Security transaction. Okay. Security is involved. Okay, hold on, just chill. I go to reading the contract. You give us a security interest and forfeit all your rights, titles, and interests in your security deposit. I'm like, oh no, this sounds horrible. And he telling me, though, don't worry about it. You're going to get your money back at the end of the card term, the maturity date of the card. I say, brother, but you're telling me that. But knowing what I know, this motherfucker's telling me y'all finna rake the fuck out of me from the front and the back end. Y'all finna take my money and go do something with it.
Yes,
if I give you my social security card, you can't give me somebody else's social security card back.
Nope.
So that money that I put up into this card, I want that specific thing back. That's not how this works. I said, no, that's exactly how this works. I keep reading. He say that your deposit is, it literally says, your deposit is going to go into another account with other account holders. I say, and then y'all telling me that you fractionalizing this deposit. You telling me exactly what you finna do with it. You finna take it and pull it together with a bunch of other people money and then loan it out to another dummy.
Yes, exactly. Our people, and I'll say this, again, I don't get on live much, but to the people who are listening, listen to what this brother is saying. That's exactly what they are doing. Deposits, promissory notes, anything that they can securitize and redistribute back out to you as a mortgage, a credit card, a reinstallment loan for a car. Basically, everything you attach your blank endorsement and your SSN number, which is your estate, which is you, they securitize. I hope y'all heard me clear.
So this is called fractionalized banking. They sub-account your shit. Every account has two sides to the ledger, an accounts payable and an accounts receivables. Accounts receivables is the, the accounts receivables is the asset side of the motherfucker.
Most definitely.
Accounts payable is the debt side to the motherfucker. Dig me? And that's the side they sticking you with.
Right.
They're taking your equitable title, which is the asset value, and they're leaving you with the legal title, which is the ownership of the debt.
The principal. Nigga, you the agent. You the agent for that shit, and you don't even know it.
And you don't even know it. So this is why I say now This is why you can put a 10. If you got any type of banking account at the any type of banking account, when you 1099 that banking account, you letting them know I got credits there.
Right. Right.
That's you hitting them in the head. Bam! I know I got credits there. They can't run from you at that point.
Nah.
They're not robbing you. You're giving it away. You're giving it away and leaving it on the table when you walk away.
They take it as a gift. That's
they take it as a gift. They take it and then they know that it's a minor that they're dealing with.
Right.
Because ain't no agent signing for him, so this has to be an individual.
Nah, yeah, because you don't have nothing set up. Even okay, I'm gonna go to the public and private side of this shit. If you don't have a trust, or irrevocable, or anything set up for you to be in the private, it still does not mean that you are not the agent for that principal, and you are owed what they say that you owe them. It's really very simple. When I started learning this shit, it kind of baffled me, but I get it. And it's really hard to tell a person that, hey, when you sign this piece of paper, it's not just a piece of paper. It is something of value. When it's of value, they owe you, or you can negotiate this piece of paper. Right.
Yeah,
right.
You can sell your negotiation. You can sell your consideration in exchange for cash, credit, or goods, services, a check, a card, credit card, coupon.
AKA discharge. Get that motherfucker up off you, right?
Righteous, bro.
Right.
You can assign that motherfucker to a third party, the living you who has the primary the primary claim over the debtor.
Holder in due course. That's
Holder in due course.
That's you.
Hey.
Make them motherfuckers okay.
Fiduciary.
Right. I was about to say, hey, you took it out of my mouth. Appoint them. I know you are fiduciary over this because I appoint you as this.
You ain't got no choice but to be. That's why they sending you the statements.
Right.
You telling me straight up who you are. However, I haven't made it known. It's a presumption and assumption right now. It's in the air. You can say no. You feel me? So I need to make that appointment very clear. We need to make this deposit. We need to put this with the IRS. You dig me?
Right. And I'll add this to what I'm seeing in the comments. Again, I'm not your mediator. I don't know what's going on. But they talking about 1099Bs to take back and all. Listen.
I ain't answering that shit.
No. But I'm going to tell them, you do not have to do that. It is not an abandoned fucking piece of property when you claim it.
But see, when I say 1099A, you're claiming the acquisition. You bought into the account when you made your security deposit.
Yeah, but they said
that's what got you the insurance policy to cover the savings account.
Right.
What you're claiming on the 1099. But exactly. I mean, that's what I would do. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know. I'm stupid as hell.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
But the person that was talking, whoever this is, said 1099B takes back the 10. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but listen to everybody that's listening, and I'm about to get off because I got my bros waiting for me. But to all the people in the comments, start your foundation for what this brother is trying to tell you. If you cannot get that, you need to sit to the left or to the right. Because if you try to make claim or make moves, you most likely gonna do it wrong. I've done it before, but I'm past that. I'm saying, listen to what this brother is saying. You can offer your messages up in the comments, whatever the case may be, but this brother knows what he's talking about. Listen, take heed. Whether he's charging a donation or not, it doesn't matter. Nothing in life is free. You want freedom? Freedom isn't free. That's all I got to say, bro.
We see our ancestors bought into what they thought was freedom.
Right.
Nonetheless, you're gonna have to invest in yourself. That's what it's about.
And that's the problem with our people. I get it. Now, bogus shit out there, I get it.
Understood.
If it's bogus, it's bogus. But if it's reasonable, stop questioning everything and making it a question, and just start on your own foundation to your freedom. Mortgage, car, credit cards, anything that you attach your name, your social security to, and that blank signature that you put on that negotiable instruments, move on that. Take one
Move
step,
on.
and then after taking that step, take another step. Don't be trying to be at step 10 when you ain't never take step 1.
Word,
You know what I'm saying?
word. Get in the
All right,
real
bro.
estate life.
I'm gonna get up out here, bro. Peace to you, man.
Shalom, beloved. Continue to
All
be in
right,
peace, man.
all right, bro. I say.
All right. Hey, get in the real estate law, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
For
Watch
sure,
this.
bro.
Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna read something with y'all one time. Seek y'all first. All right, let me fix it real quick. Hold on. All right, check it out. Trust. A legal relationship which a grantor transfer legal title to property to a trustee who manages the property for the benefit of third parties or beneficiaries. All right. Now, if you got a mortgage, if you ever been, if you got a mortgage, we're gonna do it like that. If you got a mortgage, you're buying a house, even a lease, a car, all this shit is mortgages. You dig me? But nonetheless, specifically buying the houses, you're literally gonna see the identifying information. You're gonna see who the grantee is. You're gonna see who the nominee is. You're gonna see who the grantor is, and more than likely, a lot of the two of these titles are gonna belong to you, and the third one is gonna belong to someone else. Nonetheless, all of this shit is trust activity. You just don't understand these things. If you could comprehend the nature of how your contracts are operating, folk, you will be a god out here to them. You will be doing magic, creating money out of thin air, credit like you've been doing. You dig me? Okay. By creating a trust, the grantor in essence splits the title to the property into the legal title and the equitable title. The trustee holds the legal title to the real property that forms the corpus of the trust, and the beneficiaries are the possessors of the equitable ownership of the corpus. The grantor may become a beneficiary. Shalom, beloved. So, in a living trust, you're able to be the grantor, which is he who is granting the title, property, the rights, the power to the trust. The trust is its own separate entity. It's not it's an entity like you and I are entities, but it's not you. It's separate from you. It's like McDonald's the business and McDonald's the man. It's the business. All right. Nonetheless, like I said, the trust is a security. It's a vessel that holds things. The property that goes inside is the corpus, the body, the life of this motherfucker. If a trust does not have a corpus, if it doesn't have property, it's not funded. You dig me? That makes the trust voidable. That makes that motherfucker invalid. You dig what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of people that think that they have created trust or have trust have yet to take ownership of the fucking property of the grantor, getting it out of his name and into the name of the trust to prove that the trust actually does have ownership. As I said, this is how you avoid probate. If you ain't got no property, you ain't got no reason to go to probate. You dig me? Probate is the guardian over your social security person. Probate is the guardian over your uh over your estate, your minor estate, and that's what you're trying to get back. You're trying to get a full release. You want to eliminate public administration. You don't need them doing nothing for you. You know how to do it. That's the point you're trying to prove to them. Thank you for what y'all have been doing up to this point, but I got it now. I can issue my own self my social security. I can take my own disbursements to and for and from myself. We need y'all to do that for me. Instead of going out here to apply for things, I can just go get it right out of my own family bank. You dig me? So the trust is this. All right. The trustee should be, I can't see that part up there. It should be something and be a highly trusted individual. The trustee owes a fiduciary duty to the beneficiary. You got a social security card. You received the, hold on. Oh man, I had to say. All right. All right. So the trustee owes the beneficiary fiduciary duties and responsibilities. I got to think about this shit. All right. If you have a social security card and you receive the benefits, that means we understand who the beneficiary is. Social Security Administration. Now we understand who your trustees are. If the beneficiary, the child, gets into trouble, incurs a debt, gets a liability, needs help, he's supposed to go to the trustee, the one who the grantor, mom and dad, the one who gave power for the benefit of the beneficiary. They got who the grantor gave that power to is the trustee. He got to go to that individual. He's not supposed to cry to mom and them. I'm gonna cry to him. This is the middleman between mom and dad. You dig me? Christ is the middleman between you and God. You don't get to God but through Christ. You dig me? You got to understand the way they set this up. Public Law 97-280. You dig me? They declared the Bible the law of the land. Like I said, y'all ain't got to set up no trust, gang. You already got one. It's called a Sister K by trust. You dig me? You already got a trust. Your Social Security. You already got trustees. I'm gonna show you. No, I can't show you. Damn, can I? I don't feel like doing all this. Look, all right. So the Social Security gave trust funds and put them on the books of the Treasury. You have what's called the Legacy Treasury Direct Account at the Treasury, but it's held in the name of the minor, and they're looking for somebody to come and get it out of the name of the minor, somebody to come and make the claim, somebody to come and get it from the custodian. Custodian is the one in custody of a thing. Understand what I'm saying? Whenever you need to get some money, they gotta redeem securities to pay for your benefits. You dig me? Until you need some money, your shit is intermingled with the Treasury's cash operations for the rest of the government. They build roads, they build schools, libraries, fire stations. My taxpayer dollars are paying for this and paying for that. The white people that say that, they understand that they are investors in the streets, in the schools, in the libraries, the fire stations. They investors in the department that the state hired to be a police in the city, which is why they talk to them people like that. When you know who you are, it's about knowing who you are, gang. When you know who you are, you can move a certain type of way. And it's not like you when you know who you are, you dig? So let's keep going. All right. The trustee shall be selected carefully and be a highly trustworthy individual. The trustee owes a fiduciary duty to the beneficiaries of the trust, and so may not have a personal financial interest in the trust. The trustee must use a high degree of skill and care in the activity for the beneficiaries and cannot treat them at an arm's length business adversary. Despite the availability of legal remedies against a bad trustee, careful selection in the first place can prevent substantial grief and financial loss in the future. All right. So, according to the IRS, an infant is a decedent of an estate. Excuse me. Yeah, decedent is a decedent or the grantor or trustor of an estate, custodianship, receivership, so on and so forth, right? So when you think about that, now you know who the grantor is of the trust. Now, a lot of people would say, hold on, if there is a trust, true credit come from Yodi Wahi Yodhi Wahi. Okay, gang. You meant that. You put that in there a few times, huh? Okay. So, anyways, you got a trustee. And you having this trustee, you got to be able to appoint this nigga properly, tell him what to do, assign the liabilities of the minor to him. Not only is Social Security a trustee to you, the Treasury is a trustee to you. When you go deposit or make a bank account with a bank, that bank becomes that bank specifically becomes a fiduciary to you. But you gotta acknowledge, you gotta make it, you gotta make these relationships known. 9 times out of 10, you don't go in there with a power of attorney. 9 times out of 10, you ain't going in there correcting nothing. 9 times out of 10, you ain't signing in 2 different capacities. That's why I say if y'all gonna try to get into this world, you got to get into it with somebody you know. You dig me? Y'all become trustees for each other, because when you become a trustee for yourself, it confuses y'all. You keep saying my, me, mine, my social security, my number. You're a fucking trustee. It's not yours. That shit's supposed to belong to the trust, remember? This is why y'all can't get into this game emotionally. Your emotions cannot be in business. Business is not personal. You can't be like, they stole my social. They're stealing from me. They're no, the fuck they're not. You gave it away. Get the fuck over it. Get up, brain up. Let's do it. Handle business now. It's simple. It's fairly simple. Grow the fuck up. When I was a child, I thought like a child, walked like a child, talked like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's why I say that this trustee has to be highly skilled. He understands the nature of his fiduciary responsibility. He understands that these are just promises, not bills. These are promises. When somebody asks for a security deposit of a value of 1,005, A means 1. You learned that in school. This is a security that you can value at that certain number. You remember, possession is 9/10 of the law. You don't hold legal title to this. Legal title belongs to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. You don't hold legal title to this. So if you don't hold legal title to it, then that means the debt that it incurs, the debt that it's responsible, the person responsible for this debt is them. That's why we pass it around. And then you send your tax returns to the government so you can receive your credits for the promises you passed around. It's simple, y'all. It's very simple. You ain't gotta have no trust. You ain't gotta do none of that shit. The only reason you're doing that is because you understand that property can never own property. If your children 12, 13 years old go out there and buy some shit in your name with your money, does it belong to your child? Fuck no, it doesn't. It's all right, it doesn't. Anything that will end up belonging to your child is going to be passed into an inheritance to that child. It's going to be gifted to that child. Understand what I'm saying? Y'all been operating in trust your entire life. Y'all been playing this game your entire life. Females, y'all done took y'all kids to the daycare. The child is the beneficiary. The daycare is the trustee. You are the grantor. You granted them possession of your child. You hold legal title to your child. The daycare in possession of your child has the equitable use to your child. The child in possession of the daycare has equitable use to the daycare. Your child go in there and frolic. It don't do no administrative paperwork. You come in and do all that. Let your child break something in there. Your child ain't finna pay for it. You are legal owner. Your social security is the state's baby. It ain't yours. Stop claiming that damn number. You dig me? It's not yours. You're just using it. It's not yours until the social security person tells a trust or another entity, here, you can have my things. Understand what I'm saying, gang? You gotta comprehend this. As I say, when I ask people, two things that happen. Two things happen. I tell my folks, hey, you a slave. I ain't no motherfucking slave. I ain't no slave. Can't deal with you. Next. If you can't comprehend the bondage that you are already in, you think because you got a lot of these, you good. Who cares? The bank don't give a damn if you had 10 million of these. You can go out there and buy something worth $10 million and not have it anymore. And then, not only that, you don't even know that the asset that you have is actually what the bank is actually interested in. But hopefully you actually put the 10 million or whatever it is into something proper. You say it on the back who it belongs to. Oh my God, you wrote that down. Legal tender is the faith of what the people passing around. It's just the accepted currency. It's the accepted tender. You dig? All of this shit is trust, y'all. The only reason you created a trust is because, as I said, listen to the story, folk. Okay? You were born unalive. Okay? Not according to the government. The government understands the Bible. You don't. Okay? You were born unalive. With you being born unalive, they immediately claim the vessel that your mom and daddy signed over through their ignorance of the birth certificate or the certificate of live birth. And then to solidify it, because the baby is consciousness. Excuse me, the baby is conscious. You've been conscious since the day you came out of your father's sack. You've been conscious since the day you traveled out of his cerebral cortex, down his spine and out of his scrotum into your mother in search for a home. You've been conscious this entire time. Remember, you are not your body. You are what's inside of the body. The sperm, the spirit went inside of the egg. You understand? You got to know who you are. But understand, Christ defeated death. And you have the ability to do so too by just popping the fuck up out of thin air now. You've been gone. You've been missing from the family office of your estate. You've been off of your citizenship. Because listen, your social, your estate, your vessel, that's your ship. You are the one aboard the ship. Your body is the ship. Your spirit is aboard the ship in the actual private realms of the ship. You understand? Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on, gang. My mother didn't sign my birth certificate. You have one. It does not matter. There's evidence of the estate being held as a what? Excuse me. The birth certificate is proof of your estate being held in a warehouse or in a registrar, and it being stamped by the registrar is proof of that transaction, beloved. You have an estate, an investment in your state. You got 1% ownership stake in your company, in the company called the state of. No matter who signed it or not. You've been acting. You ain't rebutted the birth certificate, beloved. That make you a holder in due course like everybody else. Dig what I'm saying? The point of you creating the trust, beloved, is so you can say, hey, y'all, I'm sorry I've been gone so long. Whew, it's been a rough one out there. They're considering you lost at sea, beloved. Now, how can we prove that there's actually a trust? Because there has to be a trust indenture, right? There has to be a trust indenture. What's the trust indenture? Does anybody know? And I know y'all know. What's the trust indenture to prove that there is a trust between the government and the people? You have to have a purpose for authenticating the birth certificate. I've said nothing about that. You got to understand why you're doing that. He say the birth certificate. I disagree. The birth certificate is proof of the estate. Certificate of live birth is proof of the baby being actually born. However, he's apparently abandoned his estate, which is why he ain't came back and claimed the Social Security and liquidated into his own estate trust. When you were 18, you gained what's called a selective service number, fellas. At the age of 25, 7 years later, your ship has just been floating in the sea ever since because y'all can hear me now? Y'all hear me now? All right. So word up. So what's proof? All right, y'all can hear me now? Again, my bad. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. We straight now. All right. So the fuck it. The proof that there's a trust indenture is the fucking Constitution, y'all. Now you have to understand that the Constitution, the Republic is where you belong. Okay. The democracy is the corporate entity. All right. The de facto is the corporate entity. That's fictitious. It's not real. It's here. We can see it, but it's not real. It has no heartbeat. This is not real. Okay? This is fiction. I am real. This is not. Okay? So, in the same sense, the de jure. This is real. This is the republic. Re means back, public means people. Okay? So, back to the people. First 3 words of the preamble that start the Constitution. Who created it all? We, the people. Okay? Now, you aren't a part of We the People yet because they don't even know your ass exists. You haven't made yourself known. So all they see is the de facto, the unalive entity. All they see is the estate. A big shiny gold ship just floating in the middle of the sea. And it's not anchored. So with that, they know that there's nobody in this ship. The office has been abandoned. There's no captain. Do y'all understand what a zombie is? It's a consumer. You're looking for somebody that you can consume. Person to person, person to person. You eating their common sense because you ain't got none. But you know you want to do something destructive though. You know you want to consume. You dig me? So what you want to do, because what they did was they lassoed your shit and they towed your boat in. And they dry docked you. This is why when you go to court, they put you on the docket. The court is a dry dock. You dig me? So what happens is, right, what you're supposed to do, you got to resurrect from the dead. You resurrect through your trust. Okay? That entity over there will never own property. He was not designed to. He was just designed for you to benefit off of it. You know, feel good while you're enjoying its uses. Okay? So, your goal, and it's this shit's so simple, y'all. Okay? The grantor, birth certificate name, gives all of his rights, titles, and interests in his property, the things that do have his name on it, to a fucking trust. Okay? Simple. And then, according to Trading with the Enemy Act, page 419, subsection E9, it tells you that no person will be held liable. This is their immunity from this shit. You know why they got immunity from it? Because they know they can't steal God's soul. See, there's no such thing as selling your soul, beloved. You can't sell your soul, but you know what you can do? You can give up your free will. And your free will is here. That's why the Bible tells you to serve the Father, Yahuwah, with your whole heart, mind, and soul. It doesn't matter how you do it. UCC private agreement, deed of sale, deed of trust, bill of sale, deed of transfer, deed of conveyance, gift deed, quick claim title, quiet claim. It doesn't matter. Give this shit to the fucking trust and use one of those evidences as prima evidentii for the claim. Y'all making this shit so fucking hard because your emotions are wrapped into it. And it's right in your face. That's why you feel like you right at the damn waterfall and your tongue is inches away from it. And you feeling like God playing with you because how? That's what all y'all keep saying. How? You already got the fucking how. But do you have the will? Because it's very simple. Trust yourself. I literally just told y'all. I just told you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Sell it, gift it, donate it, transfer it, convey it, motherfucking throw it over there. It don't fucking matter. Get it out of his name. You get it out of his name, you collapse their bullshit. Once you get it all out of his name, don't you think notice the agent is notice the principal? Because notice the principal is notice the agent. Now you know who the trustees are. Shouldn't you hit them up and tell them, hey, I've taken possession of such and such property? You should put it in my name now. I'm back. Y'all getting me? Y'all understanding what I'm saying? What waterfall? Waterfall. Y'all need to go hit up probate. I don't remember the waterfall example. Kind of forgot that one. But anyways, though, I'm just trying to get y'all some game on this shit, folks. A trust is a separate entity, disregarded from the grantor. It's not the same person. Y'all don't understand the definition, the differences between the 2848 and the Form 56. But before you even commit to the fucking form, you said, oh, I said, I got you in just a second. I'm going to remember that. Okay. So you have to understand, all right, before you commit to them forms, read the fucking about me. Read the about the form. Form 56 is going to have you regarded as the entity. That's all they are, administrating trust. It's just all of this shit is just administration, bro. They're looking at you as an irresponsible trustee every time you do something goofy. That's why they're holding you personally liable. That's why the trustee got to be very careful with the things that he's doing, or there will be legal remedies against him. He can go to jail. He can be fined. He can be sued. That Social Security don't belong to you. They told you that. They show you that on the back of the damn card. If you lose it, return it back to them, the legal owners. And then they'll give it back to you. They'll give it back to their child. Their child apparently is the one who lost it. They gave the credit card to their child. What you gonna do? Y'all making this hard, gang. Go make your fucking claim. Stop being scared. It ain't that you don't know what to do. You're afraid. You're afraid. As I told y'all, folk, I'm country. I'm from the hood. I just lived in the projects. All that goofy shit we got, all the stereotypes. I done did all that shit. Understand me? This shit ain't just fall in my lap. I had to study, folks. 2 Timothy 2:15, you have to study to show yourself approved. And I have the confidence to speak this shit to y'all out loud. I don't hold this in. I'm not a lamp on a fucking hill with the hood on. I'm confident to speak this to y'all because I do this shit. You dig me? I'm telling y'all the same things that these people have told me. I'm telling y'all what my investigations have led me to, and what my own, as it says in the scriptures, bro. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but it is the honor of kings to search it out. That's called due diligence, beloved. For us as men, you gotta go through whatever the fuck you going through. That's what's gonna get you to Yahuwah. You understand? For our sisters, the Most High meets y'all in y'all duties. He not gonna meet you acting like a man. If you want to act like a man, you're gonna go through the trials and tribulations we got to get to him. Humble yourself, and the Father will come to you. All right, so the waterfall. What I'm saying is, you feeling like this shit right here in your face. You can feel the sprinkles of it. So many people talking about it. It's right here in your face, and you feeling like, I'm trying to get some. I want to taste this shit, but you can't quench your thirst. And the reason is, I would say, it's because of the clouding of your heaven. This is your heaven right here. This is where the storm is at. This is where the sea is at. This is where your mind can get tossed to and fro at. This is where your thoughts create all of them fucking ignorant things you think about. You understand? You got to control this. Christ said in the book of Matthew, if you would practice the single eye, thy entire body will be filled with light. Single eye, closed to, open astro. When you pray, close to, open astro. What's the definition of a prayer? Supplication, petition, request. Y'all don't understand. The Father has many names. Who are you talking to when you speak to Yahuwah? Are you talking to Yahuwah Sebawa? Because that's the Lord of hosts, his army dude. Like, are you talking to the judge? Because he's not going to treat you like a son when you go into his courtroom. Shout out to the sister. Are you talking to Yahuwah Shalom? Because if you need war and you called out the peace, you ain't finna get the war you want. The Father says, in my house is many mansions. Y'all got to understand, private and public exist at the same time, beloved. Master and servant exist at the same time, beloved. The idea is not to mix them. It's to keep them separate, not severed. You don't want to cut them away from each other. You can't separate the body and the spirit and live here, bro. These two have to bond together, but one has to submit to the other. You understand? Your spirit is supposed to lead. I think y'all think this shit a game. Y'all know y'all gonna get tested. When you come into your estate, let's say you do make it through the threshold, you know you're gonna be tested. You're gonna be watched. They want to see if you finna put your fucking credit back into the system. They finna see if you gonna put your ass back into the system. A lot of y'all are just so ready to do this, and you don't understand how much it's protecting you. You really don't understand how much you being ignorant of this is actually protecting you. Because when you do get where you want to go, you're held accountable for everything. You can't blame the government. You can't blame anyone anymore. You're in full control of your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, your flesh. Do y'all understand this? Y'all sure y'all ready for what you're asking for? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you are? Sisters, if you don't have a covering, the Bible says that you are a hedge without a fence. You can't do this by yourself, beloved. Even if you succeed and get through the threshold, you can't do this by yourself. Who is your covering? Why isn't your father with you? A brother, a cousin, an uncle, a male? Where's the proof that you trust God? Because he said, let him make us, let him make man in our image. You understand what I'm saying? This shit real, y'all. This whole thing real, folks. This is not a game, dog. So many of y'all gonna come into your millions, your billions, and sell it for something goofy. What are we doing? The background, the book entry security is infinite. There's no depletion to your energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. They're not banking on your body. They're banking on your spirit. That's why they, when you authenticate your documents, it says that it's the seals are entitled to the full faith and credit. Can you see faith? Absolutely not. Faith is the assurance of the things unseen, the guarantee of things hoped for. Can you see credit? No, that's face value. That's just saying you good in my we good. You can pay me later. You can get the goods from me now, and we can go ahead and report the contract to the IRS, and 45 days later, the IRS gonna shoot me a check. You dig me? But you ain't developed that relationship yet. You got to have a statement of account. You got to be able to show somebody, look, I got the doty at the treasury, folks. I don't use conventional banking like you're looking at. I just need you to commit to a couple IRS contracts, and no people gonna go in my account for me and shoot you your dough. No sweat. I just don't want to give you more than I know I'm giving you. I want to report this very transaction so it stops. I don't want this contract to sell no more than where it's going, bro. Not unless you're gonna let me get in on it. You let me get in on it, we split it 80-20. I don't give a damn how it goes. Y'all can sell that bitch forever. Because it's all air, y'all. In the hood, you shoot dice on credit. That means you ain't got no funds, bro. I mean, you ain't got nothing right now. You playing on ice. You playing on air. You skating on nothing. Walking on the cloud. Dig what I'm saying, bro? All we got to do is pay attention. You feel me? How you touch the ground, it's going to be with your agricultural lean. How you touch the ground, it's going to be you creating your own deed to the land. Instead of you holding on deed to the land, instead of you holding on to your own birth certificate, create a certificate of your own deed to the land. Create your own deed to the land and then marry the commonwealth of your republic. That make you an emperor. Y'all got to understand. Y'all ain't what it's called, citizens. Many of y'all ain't aliens. You ain't an alien until you go outside of your country and then you in somebody else's country. You don't understand that your country is sovereign. That's what makes you a state national. I'm a Floridian. Y'all don't understand the difference between common law and statutory. Understand? Like y'all gotta read, folks. Y'all gotta read, folks. You dig me? America's a continent, not a country. You derive from your state. Overall, you are sovereign to your continent, of course. That's what makes you an American. When you go outside of your country, your continent, you tell people I'm an American. But when you go outside your state in your continent, you tell motherfuckers I'm a Floridian. You don't tell motherfuckers I'm an American. Of course you're an American. We know that much. You're in America, motherfucker. You look like I'm an American. You dig me? Every state is its own sovereign country. You heard? That's why federal government is dissolving and they giving the power back to the state. Y'all finna have these people giving y'all cards, telling y'all how much you can spend out of your own estate. You understand? Y'all don't understand what's finna happen. Some trustees finna get evicted, bro. As we come into this competence, you think we finna let people keep running our government for us? Do y'all understand who money that is in the treasury? Why there's a quote unquote Native American over the chief of the treasury? Y'all understand who that belonged to? Do y'all understand what the transatlantic slave trade was? It was a business deal. People didn't come here, they left. Y'all don't understand. They flipped your entire world upside down on you. Your first great reset was the day you were born. They told you were 0 days old, a few hours or whatever the time frame was, when you just spent 9 months of existence inside of your mother. You got to know how to go back to the spirit and make the spirit one with you as he is with Christ. Christ made you an ambassador to the airship in his. Y'all don't understand. Rapture don't mean you gonna go to the fucking clouds, man. That don't mean you going in the goddamn sky, bro. I mean, you're gonna raise in consciousness. You're gonna raise in consciousness and you're gonna rule the world in your airship, HEIR. Because you've come back into your inheritance to rule this earth as a meek, humble steward. Go into the book of Revelations. You don't go up to Jerusalem, beloved. It comes down. It's consciousness. Everybody, those who are willing and want to, will be stored, will be restored. Restored. I mean, put back into your original storation. You're going to go home. It's not going to be on this. Oh, well, we're all from the same. No, you're going to go home. Every man and woman is going to return back to their true inheritance, what belongs to them, where their spirit is most prominent, where their life is most dominant. The Bible calls the children of God set apart, peculiar. They will be left alone. They will be left alone to rebuild themselves. They will be left alone to replenish themselves, to redeem themselves, to restore themselves, to reimagine themselves, to watch their children dance in the street with no worries. You understand? We're going to go back home. Remember, there's a double meaning to everything. So going back home meaning first, you got to get back consciously back to Yahuwah. Split the sea within split the sea within your mind and balance the logic and emotion, the equity and the law. Equity submits to the law. Equity supports the law. Equity is the helpmeet to the law. You understand? This is wisdom. This is Yahuwah. Christ sits to the right with his mother. I got to play this game right. Every entity set it up. If your foundation is not built on Yahuwah, it will fall. You can't build it on sand. You can't build it on rubble. You can't build it on grass. You got to build it on the foundations of Yahuwah. And Christ said he's the corner. Just the fucking corner. Many of y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say the foundation. The very homes that you appreciate, that you love, that look so beautiful, you don't understand what it's built on. You don't realize how important the very thing that it's built on is everything. And Christ said he's just the corner of that stone. And then he told you that the miracles I've done are great, but you will be able to do these and even greater. Think not on what I have done. My kingdom ain't even here. I'm going to let y'all handle this part. I got other things to do. That's why Paul ends up telling you all. He ends up telling us all. Have you not left the elementary principles of the doctrine? Laying on the hands, casting out spirits, the name of Christ and baptism. Y'all ain't past that yet? Y'all ain't ready to elevate it to higher learnings? Y'all still stuck on all that shit? Praying to your ancestors. You think the dead can do something for you? Some shit they couldn't do for their motherfucking self while they were here? Y'all still praying to your ancestors? I pray for them. I wouldn't have to do this shit if they did what they were supposed to do. I have nothing to ask them. I pray for my ancestors that the Father doesn't punish them. I pray for my ancestors that I get this right so when they do return, they come back to righteousness as they were supposed to leave to me. You understand? We regenerate. We don't reincarnate. God didn't say, look, you did such a great job down there. I'm not going to give you a human body anymore. I'm going to make you a fish. Grandma, I'm going to make you a ladybug. No. The fear of a man was to be written out of this earth because he had no children. If he had no sons, he had no seed to return to. The reason if that man died with no seed, his brother was supposed to marry his wife because she has the vessel to return him back to this earth through the brother. The father, you can replenish your family line, your seed. And we ain't talking incest, bro, because it's all about the inheritance. If the brother married that woman, she was left with the inheritance alone. Bear him a son that the inheritance may go to. Understand? But see, we too emotional this day. I mean, too emotional. A lot of y'all can't get past this is a trust. You're a slave. How to fix this shit because you're emotional. The Bible said if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you'll be able to tell this mountain, be you once and moves into the sea. In the generation curse of the say, absolutely. All you need is this small. Y'all ever seen the size of a mustard seed? Motherfucker teeny. The mountain is not a literal mountain, bro. It's your problems. It's the shit that you feel like you can't get over. You can't get around. Trust in Yahuwah. Literally. Trust. Just put your trust in him. He told you to lay it at his feet. That means give all your property to him. Y'all don't understand the Bible. See, the problem is y'all think the Bible is everybody's book. Y'all think everybody in the fucking world wrote the Bible, apparently. No, when this Bible was written by a people, to a people, for a people, and it's written in code for their people because they knew that their oral law was going to be in the hands of somebody else in the form of a text. Now we have it translated out of the Hebrew into a Masoretic text. She said, getting emotional is just like a minor throwing tantrums. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. There's supposed to be a balance. Especially with us as men, they're going to hold us extremely accountable. Just like Yahoo is. You dig me? I do not identify women as goddesses or gods. That is a masculine title. At all. They are spirits. They are spiritual vessels. They are gifts and treasures. They are possessions worthy to be possessed, honored, cared for, and that's just as the Christ sacrificed for. You understand? We got to stop making this shit so emotional and keep the order of operations, beloved. You know, you should have 3 trusts. Your living estate trust. Your foreign grantor should be your holding trust. That's where you do your banking at. That's what I do. And then I got my religious entity. The beneficiary of my living trust is my foreign grantor. The beneficiary of my foreign grantor is my religious entity. All of them work for him. Surrender unto Caesar, surrender or render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And surrender unto Yahuwah or surrender or render unto Yahuwah what is Yahuwah. For you're supposed to present yourself as a living sacrifice, your bodies, for we are no longer debtors to this flesh. Huh? Y'all don't understand the Bible. Y'all only reading the literal. That's why you missing the damn message. When it tells you that the Old Testament is an allegory, the New Testament is a parable. It's got to speak to you in metaphoric terms because you can't look at it plain in plain language and get it. So he got to put it to you in pictogory form. You understand? If I say, damn, such and such just kicked the bucket. If you take that literally, you're going to be looking for somebody that kicked the bucket. A bucket. You're going to be looking for the fucking bucket. You're going to be looking for the motherfucker that kicked the bucket. Not understanding that it's slang or metaphoric for somebody has. If I tell my woman, me and such finna go down to the house, down into my cousin's house and kick the shit. If she take that literally, she gonna be thinking like, damn, bro, you got some shitty feet. Why y'all kicking shit? Baby, that's not what I mean. I mean, we finna go have conversation amongst each other as friends and laugh hysterically. That's what the Bible is doing. That's exactly what it's doing. But you got to be able to see, as I told you in the book of Revelations, blessed is he who can see and hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. You think that the church is the building, dismissing the people, the life that came into it. Dig me? Christ ain't coming back for the bricks, bro. He coming back for the people. That's why I say you don't understand the Bible properly. You can't see the wind. You feel it. So that means you got to close your eyes because the Bible, Christ told you, the kingdom do not come by observation. That means you're not going to be able to look in the fucking sky and see Jerusalem. See him, motherfucker. And then they asked him. He says, seek ye first the kingdom and all of its righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you. In order to seek, one would have to have asked him, hey, cuz, where you want me to look? Where do I seek? And then he said, I give you the keys to the gates of the kingdom of heaven. It's within you. But all y'all still looking for something external. You still looking for something to crack the sky rather than something that's gonna crack your fucking head. In the book of Revelations, it said that you ain't gonna have no need of the sun or the moon, for Christ and the Father will be the light in your temple, in Jerusalem. You think he gonna take the sun and the moon away? Or do you not understand that to mean illumination? Consciousness. Exactly. Your mind can get cloudy and it will never get cloudy again because you'll be in assurance. You'll be in surety about death. None of these things will be a plague to you anymore. You'll have defeated the curse of Adam, which is the entire point. You know what I'm saying? Say, gang, it's 45 of y'all up in here, right? Share the live and tippity tap the screen for me one time or two. Hit that for me one time. Like, I ain't asked y'all for no money. I just want you to share this live. Share the live. Tap the screen for me. We're going to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. Y'all ain't talking. I'm going to keep talking. Hey, I got some ice cream down there, motherfucker. You hear me? I appreciate that like a motherfucker, right? So, as I told y'all, when I went to Charles Schwab, when they send you and you're the source, you be clear mind. Absolutely. Assurance, which is God's word, and his word is bond. Absolute. And that's all we got. All right. So, check me out one time, right? Your trust. And this is my free service to y'all. Dig me? I don't think y'all gonna find nobody on the internet that break this shit down like me, that talk like me with this shit. I can really paint this picture for you. Okay? Your trust is how you come back to life. It's how you resurrect in this world. It's how you prove you're actually here. Okay? You're the only one that can make beneficial claim. You're the only one. Everybody else is just investing on your behalf. Dig me? So through your trust, you're coming with a separate, disregarded entity. It's like, okay, you got a citizenship, but in your trust, you're coming hovering over that motherfucker in your airship. And when they look up, they see a big ass magnet coming out that motherfucker. And it's gonna pick up your citizenship. And they looking crazy. So you ended up descending out of your ship. And you touch the land. They still on their ship. You touch the land. And you had some proper documentations that belong to this ship that's being towed away out of this here water. When they see your paperwork, they can't rebut you. The individuals you need to get used to talking to, you need to go to probate. Probate is your guardian. Once you get probate's approval, once the magician takes off his black robe and he acts in equity, he's your trustee now. If you're getting your name changed, a lot of y'all missed this one thing when you got your name changed. You could have told him that day in court when he asked you why you wanted your name changed. You could have said, to honor my mother and father, and I would like the estate to be liquidated. File 19 can be sealed. All right, absolutely. I don't know what that file is, but I feel you, Wody. But y'all dig what I'm saying, bro? That air is revealed through ownership in that airship. You basically coming back to get your shit, folks. That's it. You coming back to get your shit. They not gonna fight you. Only way they gonna fight you is if you do not have a proper claim. If you and the Social Security person ain't had no type of agreement, if he ain't granted power to the trust, then the trust, somebody can't be doing this. It's ways that you can do this. You can go through probate. You could change your name, bankruptcy, power of attorney. It's what comes up when they run your credentials on the Popo computer. Understood. If you had a commercial lien over yourself of a high extensive amount, it's gonna pop up actually in the leads, the law enforcement activity detective, the database system or something like that. And whenever they do run your name when you get pulled over, your copyright should pull up and your UCC. So now they have an infringement action upon you now. They got to figure out what to do with you because whoever writes that ticket is liable for that infringement on your name. The fifth way that you can do this, folks, is through the post office. Think about it. Postmaster. You got to deliver yourself. You were delivered by the postmaster when you were first born. Your documents were delivered to the courthouse. The postmaster is everything. The court got to answer to him. Treasury got to answer to him. The feds got to answer to him. The president got to answer to him. The postmaster is everything. The postmaster can settle your estate. The postmaster can deliver you. Postmaster is like the Christ. He's a messenger. That's all Christ was. Don't kill the messenger. He didn't come to do the will of his own, but the will of he who sent him. Postmaster. Postmaster's a steward. He's in possession of the king's word, God's word, the word of God. He's in possession of it. The Bible tells you to write it on the template of your heart. Now you got the word of God in you. Everywhere you go, you're transporting the word of God. Postmaster. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. It's probably one person on this live that get that postmaster shit the way I'm talking right now. Deliver yourself. Let every man work out his own salvation. I'm talking to you, bro. This shit. Deliver yourself. Once you deliver yourself, run it. He becomes a trustee too. Appoint him. Appoint the fucking postmaster. There is no such thing as a postmaster in your city. All postmasters have been discontinued. They are retail store managers. There's only one postmaster. The postmaster in the United States is DeJoy, unless I believe he's been replaced. I just accepted your invite, beloved. You gotta send it back, I guess. Y'all gotta go back through that entity, man. Same way you came in should be the way you came out. You come out. Yeah, I thought it was. Whoever that new dude is now, he can cash your checks at the treasury. He could facilitate your bond exchange. He could facilitate your transfer. 3575. It's another form I want to show you, Jesse. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't came to you about the form yet because I can't find it, motherfucker. But it's about them. It's basically a name change. It's about them correcting your name. Your name has been addressed in the system wrong, and you need to get a redress. It's a redress of your name or something like that. I gotta go through one of my lives. You put trust into it. The one individual. Yeah. Send your trust through the mail register. Go sit down with your postmaster, estate man. Go sit down with your postmaster and discuss him getting you a private mail location at the post office. And then discuss him getting you a private free mailbox so your trustee can operate on behalf of the estate out of the post office. Dig me? And then appoint him. Just send him a letter. Just send him a letter and let him know he's been appointed. They're all public trustees. And they'll do their job. The postmaster, everybody answers to the postmasters, folks. Everybody. This shit's so simple, folks. All right, I'm gonna check that out. I'm trying to make this make as much sense as possible, bro. Right. So you could do that form online, right? You could do that online. You could change your mail to the general delivery for the post office right online. Yep. Change of address. Absolute. Yeah. You're doing an amazing painting with your words. I appreciate you, beloved. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to help you understand, help y'all understand something, folks. You dig me? I damn sure didn't expect y'all to be up on here tonight, but I'm just trying to help y'all out. You dig me? So how do we find the postmaster? You acting like a minor, beloved. So I talk. Gotta come correct when we talk to the postmaster. Your talk need to be like you understand what the fuck going on. You dig me? Like it can't be emotional. It gotta be, it's business. Business comes before pleasure. Handle business. Dislodge your emotions from business. That's why family, you know what I'm saying? Family and them folk don't mix like that. I thought I just seen a comment. I think that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before about being a few steps ahead versus being foundation. Right. Right. Folks just gotta know what they doing. Hey, yeah, y'all can come up here, man. I'll open that up. What's happening, Jay?
Nada, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Hey, I just sent you that 3575, and it tells you right at the top how to get in touch with the postmaster.
Word. So look, hey, I tried to get something right. I had I thought I was supposed to put his address on that motherfucker at the main post office and all that. They said, no, you ain't gotta do none of that. You could actually from your house just put your address on it and then just write postmaster on that bitch and get it to the officer coming around.
That's what I heard today too. He said just go up to the blue door, put your first
Yep.
class postage on it, and then hand it to the postmaster of the day.
Yep. All right. Hey, y'all, be respectful of your microphones when you come on the stage one time. You dig me? And I'm gonna holler at y'all individually one at a time. If you ain't mean to come up, just leave the stage. If you did, we gonna kick it. But hey, but Jesse, you digging what I'm saying up here though, bro?
I do, and I appreciate your insight because I've been, I've gotten pretty far, but you have to have people to mentor you, and other people that have been there and done it. So I really appreciate your insight because it's definitely going to help me. Because I'm at that
Man, I
plateau,
be
you know what I'm saying? I need to get over that hill. So
mm-hmm. Hey, and it's gonna come. It's gonna hit you. I'm telling you, for us who've been doing it for a little minute now, when you realize how long you've been walking in this circle, and every time you walk in this circle, you pass the mark, pass the mark, you done walk so fucking far in the circle, you done dug a goddamn trench. Now all we see is the top of your fucking head walking around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, dog, is it's right in your face. Either the Bible say, do not bombard yourself with too much. Do not meddle yourself with too much business. Slow down. Let some shit go. Stop doing some shit. Meditate. Learn how to connect outside of this world and get them answers you missing that you think you missing. I'm telling you, them bitches right there in your face, bro. They right there in your face. And just I know you smart, brother. You act this shit damn near every day like I know I am and was. You dig me? That shit right there in your face, brother. And you dealing with the post office how you do, it's right there in your face. You ain't even got to do all them damn documents you did. You did one most important fucking document. The certificate of title of the estate. That's the most important one right there. That's when you go have that conversation with the postmaster. Sit down and get the private mail location. I believe you already have it. It's in the estate name. You dig me? I don't know what you did, but you did what you did, and you got it a different way that I'm talking about. But you've already got your estate's mail location. You need to use the postmaster for what he is worth. Tell him to tell the attorney general to release all rights, titles, and interests to your estate and deliver it to him. You can tell him to tell the Treasury Inspector General to release all your credits, your QSIPs, your revisionaries, your interest. It ain't no fucking reason for nobody who's created a trust to have created a trust and you're not doing your fucking responsibilities as a trustee. When the fuck are you gonna call Verizon and get the goddamn phone out of the grantor's name and put it in the name of the trust so you can start depositing the goddamn bills into the trust credit or custodial account? When are you gonna be a trustee and open up the fucking bank account for the goddamn trust? Everybody want to send their bills back. Everybody want to endorse some shit. Everybody want to act like a fucking creditor rather than be him. You can't be him because you don't know what the fuck he does. You don't know what the hell he do. You don't know how he do what he do because you're not studying that part. You just heard what you can do, what you're capable of. It's beyond that, beloved. It's far beyond that. As I said, I ask people, "What's your social security?" That's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of shit in Trinity, bro. I do a lot of shit in Trinity. The conception has to be in clean hands, good faith. You dig me? Once the conception is proven clean, prove you got control. Once you prove you got control, you have the ability to convert. That's what you try. That's what everybody trying to do. You want to convert the fucking note. You want to convert the invoice. You want to convert the coupon. You want to convert the bond to bill. You want to convert this shit into something you can fucking use. That's called liquidation. That's why I say a lot of people want this shit, but you're not ready for this because you just heard life is free. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. Y'all thought y'all was gonna come into this, get your millions and bajillions and just sit the fuck down and chill? Go, yeah, that's what you was gonna do. You was gonna spend your shit. You was gonna travel the fucking world and spend your shit. You was gonna commingle the motherfucking funds because you was gonna spend some time with yourself. You don't even understand that you're supposed to be doing your humanitarian or philanthropic work to God. God's supposed to send your ass on a vacation. Y'all better go read that article about the 3 Hebrew boys. Commingling them funds and you will go to fucking jail. This shit ain't no game. They can't wait for you to get your money. They want you to come get it because they know you're going to fuck it up. They know you over anxious. They know you greedy. They know you just want to collect yours. People that's thinking like God. That was the plan. I was going to get some land and start my own city. Have you really thought about what it takes to run a government, to run a city, to take care of people? Do you understand? If you on that level, you will understand why the fuck they doing us like this. You wouldn't be mad at the government. You would actually be mad at our dumb ass for the fucking incompetence. We'll spend $5,000 on a booth, $5,000 on some titties. But a motherfucker say spend $60 on a class or $1,500 on how to set your goddamn shit up, and that's too much. I really don't need you. I don't need it. You understand what I'm saying? I know no matter how much I talk to you, you're still going to need me. It's just the way of life. Don't matter if it's me, somebody else. You're gonna need. You're gonna need until you learn how to fish on your goddamn own. You gotta understand how to be a fisherman. Fisherman is patient. Fisherman knows how to bait. He knows how to catch his fish. It's a lot that entails this life, y'all. You want to be a follower, folk? The Bible says that the poor will never cease from this land. Somebody gonna always be in need, beloved. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you put yourself in submission to somebody that's worthy to be submitted to. Somebody you trust to take care of you while you're in their care. You dig me? It's a real world out here after you get out of that fictitious shit. It's a real world. Make sure you don't commingle these funds, folks. Private and public exist at the same time. Don't get this dough and goddamn buy yourself personally a fucking $1 million whatever, $1 bajillion whatever. Buy it in the name of the trust, gang. All right, who that is? Osiris Duval or something like that. What's happening with you, homie? Kinfolk, shalom. You on mute? You meant to come to the stage, beloved? Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just I'm interested in what you're talking about. But like you said, I hate to admit this, sadly, but people are gonna need you, and I need you because I met this guy one time when I was younger, like around 20. I didn't even understand what he was doing, but he was homeless and he had all his documents. He was trying to explain to me that he was trying to, do the same thing that you're doing. And I'm not gonna miss this opportunity the second time. I've been seeing you a few times, but the second time of getting this presented in front of me, I actually wanted to like jump on it and figure out how to do it because I don't want to do it for myself. I really want to do it for my kids.
Absolutely. I mean, I be debating on when I would want to come on here and all of that. You dig me? Like it's 2 o'clock in the morning over here where I'm at. You dig me? But I ain't gonna lie to you. My spirit be like, man, go live, bro, go live. But then I'm like, nah, I'm casting my pearls to swine. Man, go
Yeah,
live. Somebody want to talk to your ass. You feel me? So as I said, it's not a bad thing, especially if you have some insight on who it is you're willing to accept that teaching from. You dig what I'm saying? I like talking about this shit. I like how we've been bamboozled, and not only how we've been bamboozled, but how we can overcome that bamboozling. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I don't trip. And then on top of that, anybody worried about the price of anything, I'm not trying to kill you at all. You
yeah,
dig me? But you got to understand what goes into this. You feel me? I'm paying for certain things of your shit anyway. You
yeah.
dig me? But that's we'll talk about all that, whatever. But anyways, though, within that being said, you're gonna learn how to get your fucking money back.
That
You
makes
dig
sense.
me? It's an investment. If you're looking at it as if I gotta pay somebody, oh my God, somebody said that the bullshit on my goddamn post. You feel me? I do enough. Go to my YouTube. I talk this shit to y'all all day, folks. 8 hours, 6 hours. I talk this shit to y'all all day, folks. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
ain't got no problem with that at all. You feel me? But as I say, the people that I do want to talk to, that if you want to do this, come with an open mind and have some type of sense to this. That's gonna make the transaction between us conversely go real smooth. And then I ain't gonna hold you. The sister that I'm dealing with right now, she catching on to this shit. She seeing it. She finishing my sentences. She understand this shit. That shit almost made me want to cry. I ain't gonna hold you. Having a motherfucker be able to see the light, that you can see it,
yeah,
that's grand rising. Not grand rising because the sun then goddamn came up.
yeah.
Grand
She
rising because
rising.
that light then dawned on you. You
Yeah.
dig me? And that's a beautiful existence right there. But if you're interested, beloved, send me an email. Click on my TikTok. You did. Send me an email and we can discuss.
All right, bet.
No sweat, beloved. The individual at the bottom, God, E33. Shalom, beloved. What's happening with you? You're on mute, kinfolk. And your signal, Harabal. Nope. I mean, I hear you trying to say something. You feel me? It's like the internet choking the life out you, saying. I hear you got something going on now. Do your thing. Yeah.
So when I did start my little sovereignty journey, it was all about not wanting handcuffs on me, and that led
Understood.
to
Look, I ain't catch your
but
beginning. So I
now
hear you loud and clear now, but I ain't catch your beginning.
I was saying basically the mission. I wasn't never chasing the money at first. The mission was just not to get no handcuffs on me no more. That's all I
Mm-hmm.
cared about. And then as I started digging off into it, I seen it wasn't even about money no more. The money there, that ain't even the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I started doing my once I started doing the journey, man, what got me is the people that you have to go into and go in front of. Like I've been doing my thing all by myself. I ain't got no help, no friend, nobody. I don't even got nobody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to hear what I'm talking about. You know what I'm
Right.
talking about? They literally shut down, turn around, leave. Some people didn't tell me, man, chill out, man. Just leave it alone for the day. Like, that kind of, but they don't understand. $1,200 in documents. You know what I'm saying? This kind of stuff. So when you talking about the part about the documents, I need to learn that. You know what I'm saying? I know I got some knowledge that I can give some people. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of groups that want me in the groups, but then like I'm really not a group person. You know what I mean? But I did working with a partner or a few partners, but the group thing just be difficult for me, man. So I've been lost for a minute like that. But I'm hearing what you're saying. A whole lot of it is true, and I love how you break that religious side down on it. That's how the boy Patrick used to do before he passed away. Rest in peace.
Man, go watch me YouTube, man. I'm laying all of this shit down, G. I
Man,
done went through
listen,
the Treasury with folk. I done went through the Federal Reserve. I done went through the bank with folk. I done went through probate with folk. I done went through all this shit with folk.
okay, so my
Dig?
meditation brought me here tonight to you. I ain't never met you, never seen you online. This is my first time. I'm just scrolling. I followed
Word
you.
up. No sweat. No sweat.
You ain't had to say number 2 words for me to follow you. I said,
Heard,
first shit.
heard.
I already know how to do all that. I tap the screen for you. Ain't got no problem. But my thing is
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
As I learned, I ain't got no problem with coming off a percent at all.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
really trying to build a family. That's what I was trying to say with the city. You know what I'm
Heard.
saying? I'm trying to build a family. If we just got to start on a small little piece of dirt by ourselves, it got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. I'm trying to.
Right. I
I'm
already I have my own entity, you dig me? It's a nonprofit I'm establishing for brethren, you dig me? It's called Brothers, Leaders, and Kings. To the point where that's the rite of passage I want to help us as men come through. You dig what I'm saying? However, thus far I've evolved it into a university that I'm trying to open. You dig me? To the point where you come through the genealogical program and you understand who you are. Tribal program, you get your initiation into your clan. Every man starts with a woman. They build a family. Two families come together, you form a clan. Two clans come together, you form a tribe. Two tribes come together, you form a nation. Two nations come together, and you form a kingdom. Two kingdoms come together, and you form your empire. So a lot of people be claiming things that they ain't made or ascended into that level yet. You dig me? So from the tribal perspective, you gain your way in. I already have my tribe set up, so you would come in under and through me with my approval. I'm cool with that because everybody coming through the university is people basically that my tribe is trained. You dig me? So either we're going to be of like mind or like heart in some way, fashion, or form. You don't have to be connected to me. However, you can come through the university and clear it. Go do your own goddamn thing. You dig what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the established entity that we are, huh? We say?
We need to. That's what I was saying. Why I said we need to branch. I'm in Michigan. What state?
Mm-hmm. You dig me? So from there, you dig me? It rolls out, But I'm trying to develop all of those departments from the business structure, trust and estate, wealth and finance, business and banking. I'm trying to find the individuals that are already perfecting those areas, opposed to me having to teach all of that shit. I'm trying to find the individuals that have perfected those areas to bring them into the university. However, I'm having a problem with that because there's too many fucking chiefs and not enough goddamn Indians. You dig what I'm saying? And I
Period.
mean, I'm cool with that. Be your own thing, do your own thing. But if you got your own vision and shit, it's gonna be hard for me to kind of build with you. And I'm trying to build mine. You dig me? And then we have the same vision at that. We might as well collab with it. Bring yours into mine or mine. Whoever got the fucking funding for the shit, folks. You dig me?
Right.
He who got the cash is king. So whoever got the funding for it first, ride out.
We
I ain't gonna
already
hold you.
we got the cash, don't we?
We have the funding. I need somebody that understands liquidity like I do. I don't want to be the only individual in the game.
I mean, like I said, man, I'm working. Like it's way too many hats for one person you can try to rock.
Understood. Definitely understood.
Like I said, I'm all the way over here in Michigan. They got chapters. Everything them folks do, they got chapters.
You say you in Michigan?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan. So what I'm saying, like, okay,
I'll be there in a few. Real shit. I'm gonna link up with you. Send me an email.
This on.
Yes, sir. Who that is? Shanghai.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shalom, beloved. How you doing?
Peace, love, and light.
Dude.
Peace, love, and light.
No sweat. How you doing? You got a question, comment, concern for me?
Fortunate to be here. Ready to start my journey. I've been looking at this situation ever since 22. Patrick Devine, other things. Confused on how to get there, but I am in the process of emailing you. I'm on disability. That's one reason I've been hesitant to start anything. I've been getting my notes.
Put it in the trust.
Yeah. Okay. I heard you say
put it in the trust and make claim to the whole disability insurance trust fund and have your trust issue you however much you need in disability.
Right. Well,
if you on disability, have one of your boys, your kids, be your trustee, and you be the beneficiary and let them do all the work, and you just hang out.
Okay. I'm gonna link up with you Monday or Tuesday for a consultation, or I just email you. My name is Sonya, Sonya. I use Shanghai on this media stuff, but
okay.
I'm gonna hit you up with a DM. And I'm ready to, I was finna go to the post office, finna do this for all kind of stuff, but I was like, I have to go with this thing in proper steps because I am on disability. And I heard you speaking with a lady the other day that was on disability, and I was like, yes, he is the perfect person for me to follow because, you were so intimate and passionate with her on the situation. So, hey.
Are you talking about a lady that had, she was saying she was blind?
Yeah, exactly. I was on there that day. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get with
How
him.
you felt about that?
That's what I said. You were so passionate.
Oh yeah, you did, my bad.
To her on her situation, and I was like, he has a genuine heart, and he loves what he does. So, I'm willing to absorb all the knowledge that I can to help others. And I just heard you say your YouTube. All right, I'm gonna get on there and watch a lot of that this weekend.
Yep.
And try to get myself in order with my factors of thinking. So I'm, like I said, I'm holding on to some funds that I can't get processed right now. So Monday or Tuesday, I probably have to go. I'm in Jackson, Tennessee. I probably have to go all the way back to Memphis, Tennessee, because I have a melanated bank, and people won't approve these fundings because I got the cashier's check or whatever from the melanated bank out here in Jackson, Tennessee. But I think I'm gonna have to drive all the way back down to Elvis Presley in Memphis just to get it, processed. But so yeah, Elvis Presley Boulevard all the way, because it's a black bank that I deal with, but so, and the cashier's check came from them, so nobody out here want to even mess with the cashier's check. And I said, oh my gosh, I just didn't want to travel with the money, so I just got a cashier's check. So Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna get back down to Memphis and process it, and I'll be ready to start with you. I was finna go to the post office today. Then I was finna open the checking account, but they want to hold it for 7 days.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick.
Yes,
okay. Sir. All right. I'm not expressing this information to sell y'all anything. Okay.
No, I'm willing to pay for my knowledge.
I understand. I understand. My purpose, y'all, is I want you to see something that's always been in your face.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all don't gotta pay me for nothing that you can see if you will see it.
Well,
All
I
right.
just give my guidelines. I
I
need.
understand. I understand. I
Hmm.
hear you. I hear everybody. I want to let all y'all know this, okay? I'm not on this thing for y'all money. As I said, you're gonna get your shit right. And as I said, it's an investment and all that. But I want y'all, please know what the fuck you're doing. Why you want to do this. Don't just hear this shit and ooh and ah. I want to get on board. No, because your incompetence is gonna make that journey so much motherfucking harder. You dig me?
I
If you
understand.
in this for money, you're gonna go to jail more than likely. If you don't go to jail, you probably gonna do something retarded. Don't say that
Well,
word. Don't say that
well,
word. You gonna do something crazy.
right. Well,
You dig me?
I have a bigger passion for the whole situation because, I mean, that was kind of held back on because of the disability. Is as far as LLCs and all that other stuff, I just need to know the right steps to take because my desire is to have detention center because I'm armed security and start a range where I can get into the prison system to get some of our youth like from 13 to 21 and try to recap them and get their mindsets on the right path. So I need
Okay, so you got a
funding.
business plan.
You got to get funding. I got to get.
Hold on. You got a business plan?
I mean, I've been with the yes. I have a business plan.
Okay, okay. So you have a humanitarian project in mind.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. All right.
I
Send me an
want
email.
I want to cut some fingers off anyway. Because if you don't know what to do with a gun, I can show you.
Right.
Send me an email.
I'm just saying. You
Send me
know,
an email.
the incompetence of what these young people think. You know, I'm the baby of seven boys. My daddy was World War II. I was raised on a farm. I've been had a pew pew since I was 10. I'm just very disciplined with a gun, and the mindset of a gun. It's not for
Would
another
would
human
one of them
being.
fellas be willing to take this journey with you?
Whom?
One of the seven brothers, or father,
Oh
or
well, they're down to three now, and I'm the baby, so I'm the most like my dad of all of them. So no, because you know these people, they think everything's a host now.
okay,
So
okay.
Yeah. You mind if I chime in?
Yeah, take off.
Okay, so I'm thinking all the way back to where the person on the panel, I think his name is God E330. So
Mm,
he was talking about how he wasn't comfortable with groups. Now, on the contrary, this is where you are right now. You're within a group. We
mm,
all need each other. And what I really wanted to kind of ding in on is like the brother said, like everybody has exigent circumstances. You have visions, you have business plans, but know who you are. You have to know what this wordplay is. You have to know the simplest or the fundamental things of anything that you're trying to do.
hmm
You have to know that in the eyes of the law, you're not a person. You have to know in the eyes of the law who you are when you're speaking, whether you write an affidavit, it's a negotiable instrument, whatever the case. This is why I said earlier when I chimed in, start a solid foundation. Don't bombard yourself with the overwhelming, I guess, emotions of your circumstance. Because if you
yep,
use your circumstance to move on what it is that you want to, you're going to make mistakes. Like you said, you're probably going to get in jail or it's going to hinder you somehow.
yep.
Yep.
Well,
It's
Bye.
gonna
I'm
stagnate
willing
you.
to I'm willing to make baby steps until I can get to the next level. So I know what I my son's 21 and he always tells me, Mom, don't too many people think like you. And I'm like, Well, I was born, and I've been
Will
here.
one of your will one of
I've
your
been.
boys be willing to come with you on this journey?
He's 21. Yes.
He'll
And I
come
keep
with you.
on I keep on telling him you got to keep clean hands, son, for us to manifest this situation
No,
or
I want you
come.
to listen to me. Listen to me. I'm saying, so will he come on this journey with you? If
Yeah,
you do take my class or whatever, will you bring him along with
he's 21 and I've been trying to guide him so far, but if he can get some mentorship or hear somebody that can give him or hear somebody that can give him the
you?
enlightenment
Yeah,
like
bring him with you. Bring him with
yeah,
you. It's right. Yeah, absolutely. You need a male with you. I
right.
appreciate that one. Absolutely, absolutely. Bring him with
Exactly.
you. Yep.
So like I said, I'll email you and try to donate and so you can get a consultation in as soon as possible, as soon as I get my funds situated.
No problem. As I say, y'all just make sure y'all understand what we're getting into, what you getting into.
Oh, I know. I'm not scared. I mean, I'm armed
It ain't
security.
about being. I dig that. I dig that. It ain't about being scared. You know what I'm saying? As I say, this whole thing is about competence.
Oh, I understand. Like I said, I've
Dig.
been trying to absorb knowledge on the situation since 22 now. And like I said, I wasn't willing to make any steps to start until I knew I had someone I wanted to follow.
Understood. Understood.
And you are the one.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Let all the praise be unto Yahoo. You hear me? So,
Ajay,
hey,
Ajay.
all right, all right. Um, well, I think that's it right there. Hey, y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns for me while we up here kicking it, man? I think I didn't probably. I mean, I could talk some more, goddamn it, you did.
Hey,
But
would you mind if I said something for a second?
yeah, do you?
So, you know, how I came into this was obviously as a man, we got to go through it. And one day I looked around and I saw the fruits of my will be done. And I had my Damascus moment. And I realized that my will was not working.
Mhm.
So I surrendered it over to a higher power and said it was his will be done. And then I asked for the truth. And from that day forward, I mean, every time, just like a download, and all the right people would come into my life. When I would get to a certain point, the right person or the right man or woman would come, and I was ready. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So that's why I'm here, because I've gotten to a certain point by showing myself approved. Now, the time has come that God brings the right people into your life, the right place at the right time. So I opened up and surrendered it over and said, this do as thy will thing is not working.
Mhm.
And I started doing his will, and it be his will be done. And I started writing all my papers like that. It's not my will be done, it was the Father's. And I'm telling you, when you do that, this knowledge, you could have 100 IQ, okay, not very smart, and God will pour this knowledge into you because you stop trying to exercise your will and you aligned yourself with his purpose for you, because he has a purpose for you. And when that happens, I mean, everything will just open up to you. I've discovered so many things on this journey that it just blew my mind. I can't even figure out how I figured this out sometimes, and I have to remind myself that it's not me, that it came from a higher power. So, I just wanted to say that to inspire you guys, because God is good. And when you surrender it over to him, he will create a way where there is no way, and he will open a door that no man can close. And I yield.
Gotcha. I absolutely agree. I agree, and I appreciate your words, beloved. Um, hey, G Wiz, I think that what it say. I had put you up here, but I guess it took you down. How you doing? Overcome a queen.
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to say thank you and I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I appreciate all of you all for sitting here with me in the wee hours of the morning and listening to me talk. Um, I don't know. Yeah,
I think we make this harder than we make it, y'all. I think we allow our ambition to get ahead of us, you know, and I think that we want something that's right in our hands a little too bad as if it's not right in our hands. And we keep dropping it or missing it or not catching it, you know? And I think if I can simplify this for y'all, y'all will get it. And y'all are so fucking smart and intelligent. It's you putting that shit in your head that you can't do it, you don't understand, I'm not, I can't, I ain't. That's you doing that to yourself. You're causing all of the limits. You're gonna realize the real devil, the real Satan, Hashatan, is self. You are the one led into the wilderness to face yourself. You dig me? Fear is a construct of the mind. You do that to yourself. The fear of the unknown beats all of our asses. You dig me? Them unfamiliar areas. You dig me? When you understand that the devil adversary, he's the adverse trustee. He's just here to make sure you don't go against the word of God. You dig me? However, he get beside himself because he realized how much hate he has for you, how much hate the flesh has for the spirit. And he can use that emotion against you. Remember, the devil is a roaring lion, man, walking to and fro. He's not a little puppy, he's not a little dog, he's a lion, big dog, big cat. You heard? And you got to be covered in the pinions and wings of Yahuwah. Stop trying to battle him. Get out his way. You crush him by overcoming him. You overcome him by not submitting to your lower nature. You dig me? You got to understand that the church is actually the body. You heard? You got to learn how to submit yourself unto Yahuwah. As the brother was just stating, man, I'm telling you, and it's real, I agree. Submit yourself to the Father, man. And all of this will come. Wisdom will come. And you will be trying to figure out, like, damn, how do I get this shit? How can it flow out my mouth like this? How can I just freestyle this? I don't got no notes. I'm not reading off of no prompt or none of this shit. You dig me? How do it just happen like this? And you can't do nothing but give your praise and your credit, your faith, your worth, your value unto Yahuwah. You know? And I point up when I do that, I mean everywhere. He's not only inside of me, he's omniscient, potent, and present within me everywhere and within everything, everywhere, everyone, every why, we, why, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You dig me? The evidence of the creator is everywhere, you know? So within that being said, I'm gonna get up off of here, man. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. You know, it's getting late. I wanna go eat my little ice cream too. Just chill. I ain't had nothing to eat all day. And that sound like the thing to do. So, and I'm a little high. So I'm gonna go, okay? I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I can't tell y'all when I'm gonna be back on here. I'm telling you, God be telling me to go live, gang. So I'm gonna holler at y'all next time. Click the little bell on my name, gang, and we can go from there. I appreciate y'all, man. No sweat. Shalom, shalom, beloved. Appreciate you all.